towards Williams, comes back to Benson, he gets it to Harry McMahon, he wants to get in on the action, gives it to Wales beautifully, Wales with a left foot kick, and he kicks the goal! Great play, Elijah Wales, great skill, his first of the afternoon. Towards Williams, comes back to Benson, he gets it to Harry McMahon, he wants to get in on the action, gives it to Wales beautifully, Wales with a left foot kick, and he kicks the goal! Great play, Elijah Wales, great skill, his first of the afternoon.
behind the Bunnings. Matty Caldew and Marcus Thompson are there. We might get Birchie to grab Marcus Thompson after the toss, just to get a quick couple of words. And Matty Caldew's won the toss and will kick to the Northern or City, and Birchie down to you. Might get Pup for a quick couple of words.
How's the preparation been for today? Pretty pumped up for a big clash?
Yeah, absolutely. I think probably externally, people are probably interested to see how we go with the challenge now. We haven't been able to get over the top of those other challenging sides in terms of Bell Park and St Joseph. So today is a fantastic opportunity for us to show what we've got against a really good side in South Barwon. So the boys, to say we're up and about would be an understatement.
You got some big ins today too, so this is a really strong team for you guys. Yeah,
there's no doubt about that, and some really good experience comes back into the side. So we know that doesn't just those things don't just happen. We've got to make it happen, but to have the bit of security in terms of some guys down back and a bit of height back, it's certainly pretty exciting to see how we go about today. So
good luck. Thanks so much for joining us before the game.
Marcus Thompson there talking to Jane Birchie down boundary side for A&B quality shelving and storage for your home, office or workplace. A&B quality shelving. You can find them in 47 Morgan Street in North Geelong. Check out abaustralia.net. Birchie, winner and margin today for you, please.
I think that I'll go with, I think Leopold are going to be too strong today by 10 points.
Laurie Hill. Leopold by 24 points for Pothole. Jace.
I can't remember what I said during the week.
South Barwon, but we didn't know what the outs were at that point.
Yeah, Leopold by a point.
Leopold for me. Mulroney, Sexton, White, and Boris Hertz.
Mulroney hurts him big time, I reckon. South Barwon.
Leopold by 22.
The pendulum.
Have you done
it's back, guys.
We've levelled up.
We've leveled up.
Where the fixture is level again. And
no
you can do
guessing, no averaging, no anything like that. The pendulum is back. Hashtag pendulum. Get on it.
Start swinging that pendulum.
Let's do it. Here we go. South Barwon. They have a score of 938. This is the interesting part, Jace.
Yes,
938 points for.
Mm-hmm.
Leopold, 930 points for.
Wow.
So we've got a close game on our hands today. So South Barwon are +8 in the offensive column. South Barwon are +60 in the defensive column. That gives them a 68-point swing today over the Leopold Lions. Average that out over the 9 games, and it gives us a swing of 7.5 points. That will be a 7-point margin to South Barwon today. They will win by just over a goal.
7 points for South Barwon, and the KFC X poll is in, and it has come in favour of the home team 2-1, 65%, 35%. As we see the football boss for Leopold just giving us a wave, Hamish Easton. Good to see the hammer here this afternoon in the shorts. So he's obviously not read the forecast.
He's with Moose with his shorts on.
KFC has $20 tenders, 20 for $20 tenders and nuggets. Pick up only. So players just going through their final little warm-up before we get things underway. It is 2:10 by our count, and we are just getting a hurry up. Umpire Irvin has just said, it's time for us to get going here this afternoon. I hope you're enjoying the broadcast through krockfootball.live, and also for those who have tuned in through AFL Barwon TV, welcome to you this afternoon. Hope you enjoy the call from here at McDonald Reserve. But Brisbane 29 lead at Port Arlington. Port Arlington. 14. Is that going all right? Port Arlington against the Lions. 29-14 Brisbane Lions over Port Adelaide. You get Port Adelaide and you get the Giants, and you can sometimes get them a little bit skew with.
I'm hoping Port Arlington don't go that well today.
Against the Pegs?
Against the Pegs.
I tell you what, Miles, Menadue in the midfield.
No Keisha?
No, but Turnbull, well, along Sutterby, Gribble, Brownless.
Fair four in Hillier.
And it's going to be a good battle.
Great battle. I forgot about that to Riley this morning. I said to him, you've got, Hillier and Brownless coming into the side. He goes, don't forget about 2 blokes called Sutterby and Gribble either, will you?
Early goal for the Pegs too. 1-6. Port Arlington yet to score.
We'll keep an eye on all the scores. We'll go around the grounds for Leopold Sport, your complete family venue. 135 Kensington Road in Leopold. Thanks to Paul Kelly and all the team at Leopold Sporties for keeping us in the loop with all things score-wise. GeelongFNL round 11, Ballerina round 12, and round 10 action in the GFNL here at McDonald Reserve, though we are bringing you South Barwon and Leopold.
Wow, Thompson fast start, 26, Bellpost Hill 1.
Yeah, it's struggling at the moment. More injuries up at Myers Reserve. And Thompson, talking to some insiders in the GDFNL, I think there are some teams a little bit higher up the ladder that if Thompson get everybody on the park, they could cut a swathe through. They know how to play St Albans. They're coached for that. They play on a pretty good-sized deck at Thompson. Town and Country Pizza Oval.
Thank you.
Doesn't roll off the tongue like high sushi.
High sushi.
And we're about to get underway. Look at this starting midfield for Leopold.
Unbelievable.
Wagner, Thompson, and Scott. Tate, and it's pretty handy.
Lockie Middleton straight to the piano tuner too.
And they're into him, and I reckon they think they can get at Logan Wagner, of course, with best on ground in the grand final. Umpire holds the ball aloft. Hamish Irvin will put it into the air. Opening turn for Harvey Norman on CarrickFootball.live. Here's Jace.
Bumstead gets it down for Leopold, straight towards Middleton, leaves it behind though. The tuner of pianos puts the tackle on, but you can't quite get it away in the middle. Tate through the middle as well for Leopold. Pack develops, ball spills free, comes towards half forward now for South Barwon. Pepper gets it across the centre square, goes towards centre wing. It's a foot race, getting across there. Burke for South Barwon first. Got a kick away under pressure towards Middleton, who tracks it. It's a 3-on-1. Middleton runs straight in to his teammate. Handball by Mawson over the top. Cunningham dropped it. Ball through the middle. Pretty hot, as you'd expect at half forward. Leopold on the back. Tate to Marcus Thompson. Back towards centre wing. And they might have a bit of time through Richie.
Gave it to Feely, who in traffic just had to fire a handball blindly. The workout okay. Trapped by Gordon. Gave it up by hand to Thompson, and Leopold away on the outer side of McDonald Reserve. He finds a leading target. He couldn't get it, take it down low in Sheehan, and South Barwon will clean up. O'Neill with the footy. Outer wing. Kick towards half forward. Ball at the bootlaces of Noble. Pepper keeping him company for Wombat Gully Plant Farm. Jennings is in there as well. Locking it up for Leopold. We'll get a ball up. What have you got, Wombat Gully style?
Yeah, Pitt and Goff's going to be a nice little match up down there, isn't it? They're two good marks of the competition.
201 Townsend Road in Moolap from the ball up. It's off the hands of the pack and rolling towards the boundary line. Can Noble keep it alive? He can't. The boundary line just seems closer than it appears from our vantage point. At left half forward on the western side of the ground, northern end of the ground. We are located here on a Saturday afternoon. Looking forward to this one. South Barwon and Leopold, round 10 action between the grand finalists for 2023.
Bumstead gets it down the ruck contest against Callett, pushing the back. Should be a free kick, going to be Kelly O'Neill for South Barwon. Right half forward, gets it away quickly. Left footed Madigan spears it inside 50. Fort can't take it. He is at the back of the pack now. Can they get away? Oh wow, Harris Jennings takes a bounce and just keeps going. The outside of the right foot was great to pitch it. Got a hand to it, and then took his eyes just off the ball because he saw the piano tuner in front, Logan Wagner. He couldn't get him the ball though, and the pack developed. Burke comes across for South Barwon.
I know Ronnie Wagner's listening this afternoon.
Yes, well, he's going to be in the action, I think, the piano tuner this afternoon. Bumstead gets it down. Middleton through the middle, dropped the footy. Paddy Kelly got one high umpire right on the spot. And in front of the best seats in the house, thanks to Apco Cafe 24/7. Paddy Kelly will take the free kick for South Barwon.
I think he's the smallest player out there today because Burke's into the side. Kick wheeling for Caldu. Took it beautifully on the half volley. Handball release. Noble shrugged off the tackle of Feely. Got it back to Caldu, but Caldu had a fumble. Noffy picked up the loose footy. Got taken in a really good tackle and brought to ground. Intensity up early, Kirsch, for the Sporting Globe.
Absolutely, exactly what we expected too, but it's red hot out there.
Umpire puts it into the air again. Bumstead against Callett. Callett got a hand on it, but it's going to fall for Wagner. Wagner, a handball release was good. Chance to burst away. Burgess in the 61 and not the 4. Handball at close quarters to Richie. Trying to get it back to Burgess. O'Neill ran interference, tapped it away. Tried to tap it to Madigan, but well done, Feely. Gave it to Sam Scott. Scott jammed it on the boot, but Goff playing in the long sleeves for South Barwon again this afternoon. Marks at the point of the square at left half back. If you're watching through AFL Barwon TV or listening to us and see the number 61, looks like Mitchie Burgess has misplaced the number 4.
Yes, that's a fine. He's left it at home, obviously. Middleton now goes with a kick towards half forward. Callett, the condiment in front. Pepper, Feely, runs straight into Callett, and he puts him to the ground. The umpire will come in. And Andrew Pepper's not happy with Matty Kildu, but I don't think Mac really cares about that much, to be honest with you.
Doesn't care
he
at
just
all.
Ran away, and there's going to be a ball up now. Bumstead and Callett pushed off the football, both of them. Thompson got a couple against him. Madigan goes in. Handball missed the target, goes back to pick it up himself. Then Thompson comes across the top touch. He gets through the middle fairly. Handball on the outside. Now the piano tuner on centre wing gives it away to Scott. Building from half forward, goes inside 50 with the kick. Great kick! Back of the pack, the Undertaker, Sheehan, has taken the mark, and it was never going to not get there from Logan Wagner, and he's going to shoot from 40 metres out directly in front.
Well, that's the advantage they've got, isn't it? Those marking options up forward. And, you know, we spoke about some matchups just before, but they're actually rolling off South Barwon, so they're sort of handing over with different bigs, and they actually got caught out then handing over. So they're going to have to probably just get that 1v1 right down there in their forward 50 or defensive 50.
So Sheehan comes in, southern end of the ground, right foot kick, no problems for that. Will Sheehan puts it through for the first of the afternoon. First to Leopold, 1 straight 6. That leads South Barwon yet to score. Harvey Norman, K-Rock, first quarter scoreboard. Think Harvey Norman for all the big brands at Geelong's best prices.
We know South Barwon like to play that, get up the ground and, try and play the game in their 3 quarters off the ground, and they got caught out then just handing over, and they got caught out the back. And that's where I think Leopold would have done a bit of homework, and they know they can get him in that area.
Boys, just at ground level here, the intensity that both teams have started with is really noticeable.
Jane Birch down boundary side for A and B Australia quality shelving. Back in the middle. Chance here for Kellett to clear. But South Barwon jams it on the boot inside forward 50. Back with the flight, judging it nicely. Noffy took the mark. Handball to Burgess, who was right next to him. And then Burgess sends a kick wide. It's not a great kick. He's put that out in the forward. It's not a great receive from Burgess there. You need to be cutting back inside him, not going around the outside of him, I would have thought, Kirsch, for the Sporting Globe.
Yeah, that's just getting the ball for the sake of getting the ball, getting a handball received and just having a possession. That's really all that is, not really thinking ahead of the play.
Peters went looking for Caldo, fisted away in front of the pack fort, didn't get enough purchase on the snap, and Pepper took the mark. He pushed off Burns and then chipped a kick that'll sit for Porter to mark. Just hung in the air, but he had enough time to take it safely. Porter will send it very, very wide out there looking for a mark. Gordon tried to fly over the top of Cunningham, couldn't take it. Wagner there to help him out. Cunningham laid a really good tackle. Should have been holding the ball, not paid. Gordon dragged down as he kicked. Will it get to Sheehan? No, Caldo stood tall, took a Hamlin hanger. Jennings was coming hard. There's a bit going on off the footy between Pitcher and also Burns, but that was a cracking mark by Caldo. And you'll go back and have a shot on the Swans first, the skipper.
Yeah, strong mark. He's excellent overhead, isn't he? He's one of the best marks in the competition.
Matty Caldo. So he also re-signed with the Swans until the end of 2026 in alignment with Mark Neild, of course. For those who don't know the story, it was Matty Caldo who initiated conversations with Neild about coaching South Barwon when the job became available. From 49 metres out, he has threaded it. That's a lovely kick. An early Inspirations Paint goal of the afternoon contender from the skipper of the Swans, Matty Caldo. Inspirations Paint. What's your next project? 138 Torquay Road in Grovedale, and we're all tied up 1 straight 6 apiece on the Harvey Norman K-Rock scoreboard. Kirsch.
It was good pressure on the outer side too. Just that last minute grab of the jumper that put the Leopold kick under a bit of pressure and kicked it back inside the defensive 50, and Caldo just in the right position at the right time. But yeah, some good defensive pressure that put that ball into turnover mode.
Caldo with 21 goals on the season, coming off 4 goals last week against Bell Park.
Back to the middle, Callett and Bumstead. Bumstead gets it down. Can't take it away though. Broughton's handball. Forward of the footy to Callett. Got away from the tackle from Wagner. Back to Broughton. Gets through some traffic. Held the handball up to Madigan. Had to go on the right foot. Inside 50. Pepper comes out. He can't take it for Leopold. Thompson. Handball over the top towards Pepper. Needs some support. Got some coming through. Gordon. Wrapped up by Callett in the tackle. 50 from the South Barwon goal. We're going to have a ball up. Played 7.5 in this first term, Barwon Foods time clock. And the umpires found a free kick in the ruck contest this time. Bumstead will take it at defensive 50. Goes out wide with the kick. Good. Lead on and finds Morford just on the back end of centre wing on the outer side.
Boys got it. Just back of the wing. Sends a kick now towards left half forward, and a lead and a mark not taken by Sheen in the end. Numbers there for South Barwon. Huggins was there. It's knocked out of bounds and out for a boundary throw-in. Left half forward, Leopold slightly in attack. 1 straight 6 apiece opening quarter action from McDonald Reserve on KRockFootball.live. Thanks to Apco Cafe 24/7. Win free coffee for a year as the umpire will hurl it back into play. Bumstead front position. It's allowed to hit the ground and it bounces away from Paddy Kelly for South Barwon into the arms of Bumstead, who on hands and knees tried to fire a handball forward towards Porter. Madigan ran out of room, sees it out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Opening term action on the Barwon Foods time clock. We've just gone 8.5 minutes. Barwon Foods sells the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road, North Geelong.
So throw in for Bumstead and Callett. Bumstead in front. Callett worked his way to the front in the end. Burgess lost it. Kelly for South Barwon. Inside 50. Caldo can't pick it up on the half volley. Runs away from him onto the cricket pitch area where Josh Conway done some of his best training work. And we're going to have a boundary throw in about 30 around from the South Barwon goal. Kirsch settled down just a little bit in the play. after that early intensity.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of an arm wrestle still at the moment, isn't it, between the arcs, and there's no real fluency with ball going inside each other's 50 at the moment.
Kirsch in the expert chair for the Sporting Globe this afternoon. Burgess from the ruck contest got it to Porter, gets it out wide towards Pepper. The condiment keeps it in, does he? Handball's over the top, it's okay, does he? Or umpire says play on advantage. He got one behind the play. Now it goes to Sam Scott. Handball outboard to Porter on centre wing, building towards half forward with a kick. It's good. And Pitt wheels and goes on the right foot, inside 50, good kick. Bumstead had made a lot of ground up through the middle of the ground and took the mark, and he's about 45 out from goal. He tries to spear the pass into the pocket. Wasn't a great kick. Scott now for Leopold, outside of the right foot, top of the square, punched away at the back. It might be okay. Burke is the third in line for South Barwon. His kick had to be good. It was to Hughes at half back.
That's a cracking kick from Burke. Hughes turns and kicks quickly to the lead of Caldu. Down low, did he take it above the blade of grass there? He did, and he gives a handball off. Hughes on the Broughton, on the outside of the right boot. Wasn't a great kick. Noffy down low did okay. Handball. Burgess, that's quick hands. Matthews, and the Reptile gives it off to Thompson. Thompson to Wagner. Wagner in traffic. Jennings showed some candy to Huggins and then ran away. Handball fired forward. Not enough on it for Williamson. Had to lay a tackle. Forced to spillage. Jennings kept coming. Picked up the ball. Dumped by Middleton without it. Umpire said play on. Broughton through traffic. Handball. Turned it over. Marcus Thompson. It's a bit scrappy at the moment. Has his kick smothered. Deflects back to Burke. Handball off. High, long ball towards right half forward. Peters has to sit underneath it. Noffy back with a flight. Hamlin hanger. Never averted his gaze from the Sherrin, going back with the flight. Took a wonderful mark for Hamlin.
Inboard to Gordon, who gets it on the outside, on the opposite side centre wing. They've moved it. Pitt off a step. Inside 50 towards Scott. Got a bit of time to pick it up. Handball over the top. Needs something to come and help him. Giddings it was. Back to Scott. Had it. Lost it. Then he got a little toe poke around the corner to Giddings. He's wrapped up. Not going anywhere. Driver put the tackle on him. Holding the ball. Free kick, South Barwon.
Good defensive pressure there from South Barwon because they're under the pump a little bit there.
So, last line of defence. Driver has the football in the right back pocket for the Swans. He goes short with the kick. Oh, wow. And Rowan Goff just touched it in the field of play. So, it's off hands and out of bounce. And nearly be happy about Jack kicking the ball like that.
Is it scrappy because of the pressure, Kirsch?
I think so, yeah. The pressure, as we mentioned, it's been on from the start. So just those little errors are just sort of creeping into the game, and that's on the back of the pressure.
From the boundary, throwing, gets out the back. Morford, quick left foot snap. High floating ball. Will it have the carry? No, back on the line. They're able to get a hand on it, South Barwon, but they didn't take the mark, and it's socked through for a goal. Giddings is claiming that he might have poached one Euro Cup style on the line, and he has put it through. Might have been Pearce dropping the mark for South Barwon on the line. And as a result, Giddings was able to just put a toe on it and put it through for his first of the afternoon. Coming off an impressive performance a couple of weeks ago against North Shore with a half a dozen goals. And he's got one there to get his 23rd for the season. 2 straight 12 Leopold, South Barwon 1 straight 6. Opening quarter action thanks to Harvey Norman. Think Harvey Norman for all the big brands at Geelong's best prices.
Yeah, just a basic skill error there from Tom Pearce because he had to sit on the ball. He was probably bracing for a bit of impact, but basically dropped the easy chest mark, and you can't do that around Leopold's forwards.
Back to the middle. Bumstead got it down. Madigan in the middle. Is that holding the ball?
Yep.
Tate Porter with the tackle. So Leopold with the free kick. Tate Porter goes towards half forward, spears it to Williamson, takes the juggling mark, plays on now, moves it quickly. He tries to get it on the outboard. Oh, that's a great kick, and that's great footy from Leopold. And Connor Giddings had a lot of space to run into at right half forward. Was able to do so, and he's taken the mark and will shoot the goal from 40 out, 45-degree angle.
Yeah, it was good football then because they brought the ball to the left-hand side of the ground and they seduced South Barwon's full ground press or the defensive press to that part of the ground, and they left the fat side open. Easy, really leading pattern for him to run into.
Giddings for 2 in a minute. Comes in southern end of the ground, Clairvaux end. Here at McDonald Reserve, right foot kick. And puts it through. Goal umpire hardly moves. That's a great kick into a touch of a breeze. And the third for Leopold. They go to 3 straight 18. They lead South Barwon 1 straight 6. Harvey Norman K-Rock First quarter scoreboard and the experts share thanks to the Sporting Globe. Eat, drink, sport. Ryrie Street, Geelong. Here's Kirsch.
When I was looking at some statistics for Leopold's season so far, and I mentioned it pre-game that they averaged 22 marks inside 50, which is extremely high. And how much ball do you get going inside your forward 50 to get it in there and take marks? They've had 4 already, so they've got those options up forward in front of the ball, and like we said, they're very dangerous when that ball's in the air.
Callett, wonderful tap to Middleton, who under pressure got a handball release away. Kelly left it behind, but he might have caught one high. Right. We'll win a free kick. Oh, he's been done for a throw. Yep. Which I thought he got a little bit of a clip. So Bumstead wins a free kick, doing some good work, Bumstead. Sends a kick towards right half forward. It's a high ball. Back with the flight. Peters, that's a really good mark. Advancing Billy Clark. The other 5 going the other way, Jake Peters. First game back for him in several weeks. Takes a mark on the chest. A Hamlin hanger contender. And then kicks to the wing. There's going to be a hold in the marking contest against Trent Thompson. And a 50-metre penalty as well, as the ball wasn't given back to Fraser Fort in the manner it should have been. And the newly engaged Fraser Fort has been, gee, that's not 50. Jonesy's just undersold in there. Probably could have got another 5, Jonesy.
Fraser's looked around and gone, is that 50?
Fraser's hardly moved.
That's probably a 42 at best.
At best, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 35.
He's only got little legs. Have a look at him.
Now the mark stands 45 from goal. Fort from right on 50. It won't be an issue for him from that distance. That's a wonderful kick. That's like shelling peas for Fraser Fort. Inspirations paint goal of the afternoon. And he pulls the margin back to 6 points. We've got a cracker here early at McDonald Reserve. We've got quality players at the top of their game, and one of those is the reigning joint Matheson medalist Fraser Fort kicking a goal. 2 straight 12 South Barwon. Leopold 3 straight 18. And I reckon he even just said to Matt Caldu, how was that not 50? That wasn't 50. As in the measurement.
Him and Trent Thompson talk about it now too. Get the ruler out and see how far it was.
Well, at least he's smiling, Fraser Fort, about it. Which, have a look.
He's too.
I dead set saw a smile.
Oh, there was too. Well done. Well picked up, Kirsch. Back to the middle. Callett for South Barwon. Falls to the piano tuner. Gets it out wide with a left foot kick towards Feely and Burke. And the boundary line will win that contest. And we'll have a throw in on the outer side on centre wing. So
Grovedale 14, Newtown and Chewell 8.
Oh, here we go. Is it at Boodoo? It is. They're kicking with the breeze. Boundary throw in, centre wing.
No wind anywhere else in Geelong.
Yeah.
Except up there.
Ball to the front of the pack. And Wagner picks it up, handball. Tate had to sit over the top of it, did. Got it away to Touchy, bit of class, right foot kick inside to the centre square. It's a good kick too. And finds Tom Gordon back end of the centre square for the Polders.
Kick by Tom Gordon, who finds Tate just forward of the centre wicket area. He turns and kicks quickly inside 50, but too much on the kick. And going back with the flight, Broughton judged it best, sends it wide for South Barwon to Burke. Burke will swing onto his left boot after he's had a bounce, although he decides to fire off a handball. Driver provides the run and the kick into the path of Caldu. Took it on the bounce. Handball released to Fort. Fort jammed it on the boot inside 50, but Noffy got back. Takes it on the bounce. About 25 from his defensive goal. Steps past an incoming tackler. Pepper better be careful. Just as Cunningham was going to get him, Wagner took a good mark in the hands. And then they just want to move it at all costs. Flicked it up to Tate. Tate to the middle of the ground. Finds a marking target and Morfitt.
Morfitt wheels and goes on the left. Spears the ball inside 50. That's a great kick. And it was off. Must have been touched off the ball. Oh, wow. Gee, he's holding the ball, so that's tough.
That's stiff.
Well, the umpire said that he actually, because he tried to fend off.
Arm, yeah. Yep. So, free kick.
Oh, I reckon that's fair as a holding the... Yeah, if you want to try and fend off rather than try and dispose the ball, that should be holding the ball. That's a good decision.
Starkey short to Goff, across centre half back for South Barwon, goes to the outer side, coming out Caldu, long way from goal, picks it up, handballs it back, off a step. Wiedemann goes inside. Turned it over though. Burgess coming the other way for Leopold. Takes a bounce. Handball though, missed the target. Needs some support now. Right in the middle of McDonald Reserve. Burgess comes back to help out. This time right foot kick better. Thompson on at centre wing.
Handball off to Tate. Tate point of the square right half forward for Leopold. Sees something he likes out the corner of his eye. Puts it inside 50. Good defensive spoil by Pearce. Knocked it away, but at the front of the pack. Morfitt the roving. Turns and kicks into the pocket. Giddings took it on the bounce. Handball back towards the voice of Pitt. Pitt steps through through Goff, turns, kicks, too much on it. Is there? No. Clark was able to just bring it to the ground at the front of the pack after not completing the mark, but numbers back there for the Swans with Shepherd across the face of his defensive goal. They did okay, although O'Neill dropped what he should have taken off the chest, and they'll get out of trouble just with a high floating ball, a one-on-one Pepper and Mawson. We haven't called Mawson's name yet, but Mawson did well to stop Pepper from marking on the chest, knocked it out of bounds. Boundary throw-in. Just in front of the social club here at McDonald Reserve. South Barwon 2 straight 12, Leopold 3 straight 18. It's been a high intensity opening term for Harvey Norman.
So, boundary throw-in, centre wing, broadcast side. Bumstead gets it down. Tate leaves it in the end for a teammate. Oh, Wagner, I think, is it? Let's have a look. It is the piano tuner. He's done for holding the ball this time. Doyle Madigan. And that'll be 50, I reckon. Oh, be careful. Piano tuner. He's going to come back. The umpire says stand. And Doyle Madigan has it on centre wing. Broadcast side comes with the left boot, goes towards the best seats in the house thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7 at the back. Caldo off hands. Harris Jennings right next to him. And we will have a boundary throw-in right in front of the K-Rock box here.
There's some cracking matchups for Wombat Gully playing fun.
Yeah, all over the place. Yeah.
Everywhere you look. It'll get hurled back into play. Best seats in the house. Win free coffee for a year at APCO Cafe 24/7. Ball back into play. Boundary throw in. Callett front position down to Middleton. Couldn't take it. Porter was clean. Dragged down as he kicked by Madigan, but he got the boot on the ball. Well played by Huggins, but he couldn't get away from Scott enough for Scott not to influence the contest. Chance for Williamson. He couldn't take it, but Middleton barges through with the footy. Sends the Swans inside forward 50. Marking target Noble. Played spoiler. Fisted it to Hughes. Gave it to Caldo. Caldo dumped as he kicked by Burgess. Outside of the right boot. The ball will roll. Mawson will be first there. Jennings to keep him company. Coming the other way and trying to buffet him off the footy. Might have been Feely, and it's now out of bounds for a boundary throw-in at right half forward. And the Swans are in attack just outside the forward 50, northern end or city end of the ground. They trail by 6, 2 straight 12, 3 straight 18. Opening quarter action, Leopold by 6, and we've gone 20.5 minutes on the Barwon Foods time clock.
So boundary throw-in. South Barwon into attack. Callett. Giddings over the back. Through the middle, touchy, Fairley drops the footy. Umpire says play on. Pack develops around him. And the umpire will come in and ball it up. 50 out from the South Barwon goal. Birchie, that breeze just getting up a little bit for South Point Garden Supplies.
Yeah, we are getting a little bit of a break coming from sort of the southwest across the ground.
So favouring the end that South Barwon are kicking to, you would think, in this opening quarter, which is now gone 21 minutes. Wonderful kick by Burgess and finds Jennings, who stretches and marks. And he's just, Harris Jennings, just rocking some little sort of bandit moustache at the moment as he goes back to the top of his defensive goal square. Trent Thompson's been called to play on, so he'll have to kick back to Jennings. And they've had about 4 possessions but haven't advanced the footy outside defensive 50. Now they do. To the wing. Richie is the target. Flew but couldn't hang on to the mark. Found it at ground level. Did okay, but the tackle of Burns was good. Ball spills out. Tate's there. Can he free the arms? Did to Richie. Richie gave it to Porter. Gordon outside of the right boot. Just too much on it for Williamson. Coming the other way, Starkey. He couldn't take the mark. Williamson took the footy. Starkey took him, drove him into the ground. We'll get a ball up true centre wing. Not as big a crowd as I would have expected here on a Saturday afternoon. Not the most overly of warm afternoons for South Point Garden Supplies. Even double jacketed up this afternoon is Matty Kershaw in the K-Rock van.
That's freezing.
Free kick for a hold out of the ruck contest. So, Madigan's going to take it while Marcus Thompson and Paddy Kelly exchange phone numbers on the ground. Madigan goes with a left foot kick to Caldo, comes out, a big thump away from Harris Jennings. And they're all very happy with that. Marcus Thompson's across there. Mitchy Burgess, 61. That's a very heavy number to carry today, Mitch. Yep. And we're going to find the ball somewhere behind the K-Rock box because it's right in front of the best seats in the house, thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7. Win free coffee for a year. Paddy Kelly right next to Marcus Thompson. They're having a nice little chat. Pup's going, what are you doing, Paddy? I'm just going to try and get a kick.
Boundary throw in, Callett and Giddings to do the ruck work. I feel like we've been in this position before. It's a shallow throw in. Callett will be first there. Giddings from behind, trying to get a piece of it. Kelly, Madigan harassed out of it by Thompson and taken over the boundary line, and we'll get a boundary throw in. She's a cracking game of footy. Buddha's climbed himself up on the smaller of the two interchange benches to get a good view. Hurled back into play. Tapped down by Callett, roving at the front. Thompson lost it in the tackle. Madigan just jammed it on the outside of the left boot. Went looking for Hughes, but coming across Feely. Took a really good marker. Hamlin hanger and then drives the ball wide and finds Clark, who drops the sitter.
He picks it up though and gets it away towards K-Rock's zone. Matthews gets it out wide. It's okay. The Reptile gets it wide to Williamson. He's over the top. He gets it to Billy Ritchie.
Let's keep an eye on Hughes. Birchie for St John of God after that contest with Feely.
So Ritchie, a short kick, that went 12.5 metres to Williamson, who plays on, wants to get around, under pressure, gives it away by hand to Gordon, comes back to Ritchie, off a step, and in the middle Burgess. So just holding it up, South Barwon behind the ball, working well. Fort comes at it as well now, across centre wing, worries a pitcher out of it, but coming in to help out. Trent Thompson does well, close to the boundary line. Right foot kick, back to half foot. Goff, name written on it, takes the mark easily in front of Feely, and will repel another attack for the Swans.
I tell you what, if it wasn't for South Barwon's defence, they might trail by 4 goals based on the weighted possession that Leopold's had. Kirsch?
Absolutely, and they've had 4 intercept marks in their back half, and Goff's had 3.
Goff went looking for driver, went over his head. Mawson might be the first time we've called him. Handball released to Hughes. Hughes lowered the eyes, bang onto the chest of Caldo. Could hear the thud of the Sharon through the effects mic. Turns and kicks, puts it into the path of Burns. He'll have too much toe for Pepper. He had to scoop it back because the ball sat on its point. Thompson being held without it in back play. Umpire said play on. Jennings stepped out of a tackle of Burns, then fired a handball to Trent Thompson just inside defensive 50. Turns and kicks to the wing. Big ask here for Pitt. Can't get a run at it. Driver, though, dropped what he would normally take. Ball at ground level. We'll get a stoppage as the tackle is laid on Wiedemann for South Barwon, and we'll get a ball up. True centre wing. This is a cracking clash. You just can't take your eyes off it.
Ball up. Callett gets it down in the ruck contest for South Barwon, but Porter for Leopold. Went right, went left, dropped the footy. Umpire said out of bounds. And it will be on centre wing. Bit of PP out there too, Kirsch. Bit of perceived pressure as well, isn't there?
There certainly is.
It's pretty hot.
All sorts of pressure coming. Frontal, rear, chasing, perceived.
Perceived ball back into play. Cunningham for South Barwon. Got tackled, lost the footy towards Madigan, who just taps it in front of himself. Needs to pick it up. Gordon comes the other way. Good contest on centre wing now. Porter, handball back to Bumstead. Oh, his kick has gone to the social club, which unfortunately for him, he's not on the ground. And it's out of bounds on the full at half, well, just off back of centre wing for South Barwon.
Drive with the free kick, and then he'll look to drive it towards half forward. Sends it looking for Ford. It's a 2-on-1. Matthews with the spoil. Feely front of the pack, left it behind. Ran past the footy, and it'll be locked under the pack. I reckon Cunningham is the man underneath all of that for South Barwon. And we'll get a ball up, point of the square at left half forward. So scoring has dried up for the moment.
Boys, I know they said they weren't going to refer to the grand final last year, but this has a lot of feeling in it, and the physicality is enormous.
Yeah, Ford on the outside of the right boot. Thank you, Birchie, for A&B Australia quality, shelving down boundary side. Feely picks up the footy. Will kick on his non-preferred left. It's a neat kick, and Clark stretches and takes the mark. Just holds things up. I'll just look to control the footy for the moment. He'll swing onto his right boot. Wants to get things moving. Sends it long. It's not a great kick. Back with the flight, Callett the spoil. Into the path of Goff. Goff just dinks a little kick. Went through the arms of Peters. Clark coming back the other way for Leopold. Fired a handball wide. They'll send it long through Pitt. Inside forward, 50. Sheehan found it. Sheehan will look to stroll into goal. And despite being dragged down as he kicks, got the boot on the ball. Huggins did all he could to bring him to ground. But he kicks his second of the afternoon. 2 for Sheehan, 2 for Giddings, 4 for Leopold, and they lead by 12 on the first quarter. K-Rock, Harvey Norman scoreboard. The Lions, 4 straight 24. South Barwon, 2 straight 12. Harvey Norman, Corio and Morn Ponds. Think Harvey Norman for all the big brands at Geelong's best prices.
It's just the basic mistakes are getting costly at the moment, particularly for South Barwon. Just by foot there, Rowan Goff just missed that easy target in front of him, 20-25 metres away. It's just an easy little hit up, and they control the play, and then they maintain possession. But he misses that target, and they get hurt on the rebound or the turnover.
Back in the middle, Bumstead got it down for Leopold. Porter breaks free. Right foot kick to centre half forward. Bumstead called out of it by a teammate. He couldn't take the mark though. Over the top, Ritchie got it away to Williamson. Burns him off. Right foot kick, scrambling towards the goal. Goff's handball missed Wiedemann. And also Driver. It's out of bounds for throwing in the right forward pocket for Leopold. They've played 28 minutes in this first term. Barwon Foods time clock. Boundary throw in. Rove by Williamson at the front. Starkey put the tackle on, but it was too high, said the umpire. It's going to be a free kick. And Starkey gets up, Jack Driver and Will Shanner asking each other about the free kick. Brock Williamson doesn't care. He's got the free 30 out directly in front.
They're celebrating the small wins, Leopold. Like, just you hear a little yahooing and stuff like that?
Yeah, and then we heard it here in front of the broadcast van where defensive pressure act by Jennings was celebrated by 3 or 4 of them coming in making noise. So they're really making that a focus where they're rewarding or, getting around their teammates with that defensive act.
It's that Leopold edge.
Yep, that's exactly what Buddha was talking about. So I think that's the area where it's coming through the most at the moment, celebrating the small things.
Siren sounds as Brock Williamson comes in and misses.
Ooh.
And that would have been a good finish for Leopold in this first term. But he's missed it to the right-hand side. They are 4-1-25. They lead South Barwon 2 straight 12.
So an entertaining opening quarter, 2 goals apiece for Giddings and Sheen, while for South Barwon goals for Fort and Caldu. So really the 4 key forwards on the ground, outside of Pitt being the other one for Leopold, have all had an impact on this contest. 2 straight 12 South Barwon, 4-1-25. It's quarter time here at McDonald Reserve. GFNL action, KRockFootball.live, and it's all thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7. Win free coffee for a year. Live, breathe. KRock Footy.
Towards Williams, comes back to Benson, he gets it to Harry McMahon, he wants to get in on the action, gives it to Wales beautifully. Wales with a left foot kick, and he kicks the goal. Great play, Elijah Wales, great skill, his first of the afternoon. towards Williams. Comes back to Benson. He gets it to Harry McMahon. He wants to get in on the action. Gives it to Wales beautifully. Wales with a left foot kick, and he kicks the goal. Great play, Elijah Wales. Great skill. His first of the afternoon.
Got two teams that are keen to, be combative against each other, and they've started really well, and we're in the contest too. So that's all we wanted. I spoke to you guys earlier about not letting them get that head start. In a 100-metre race, you don't want to be chasing down from 80. We've got them in our sights at the moment. We'll just continue that hard edge. I think, working hard inside and then getting the ball on the outside doesn't look like they can go with us if we can get the ball on the outside. So if we can be clean inside and get on the outside, I think we can. We can do some damage here.
And you spoke about execution. Could you give us a bit more on that? Where exactly on the ground you're speaking about? You say you get it on the inside, get it to the outside, and then what are you looking for in terms of their disposal?
Well, I think our exit strategy is okay at the moment from defence. I think a few times just we're giving up a few turnovers in the middle part of the ground. That's probably extra hands, so we just need to tidy that up. So quick kick, we'll find a mark and just go into a bit of a mark mode, and then obviously the entry forward 50. We've had a few opportunities to put score on the board, and we've just fluffed the last sort of execution inside forward 50, so we'll try and tidy that up too.
Thanks so much for your time, Buddha.
Second quarter underway for Morris Business Class Finance, and it's a free kick early for Leopold to Thompson.
Yeah, Marcus Thompson from the middle goes inside 50 with the kick. Coming out, Giddings, good mark. And in front of Wiedemann, he was never going to not take that mark, Connor Giddings. He has kicked two this afternoon already, and a chance for his third, and a quick start for Leopold in this second term, Morris Business Class Finance second term. He goes short to Tate laterally, so still outside 50, so pretty congested between he and goal as well. Ollie Tate going to play on now.
Go back to him.
He is, goes to the pocket. Oh, going up was Sheehan, the Undertaker. Giddings was standing third in line. The umpire has found something. He's found the push, and Giddings is going, you cannot believe that. And a free kick's going to come back to Lockie Wiedemann in the last line of defence for the Swans.
Sean actually didn't need to fly.
Didn't know because Giddings had to sit.
But Wiedemann had no idea he had the free kick. He goes looking for Ford on a long searching lead. Marks it left half back. Swings onto his right boot. Hasn't gone the long sleeves today. Fraser Ford, despite the cool weather. Back with the flight. Noffy couldn't hang on to it. He'll fly at everything. Tev Noffy won't die wondering. Tapped it nicely to Pepper, who under pressure got a kick away but kicked it straight to Harry Cunningham. Richie's lost brother kicks to the middle. He went, Sheehan back with the one hand, couldn't take it, but Mawson was clean, taking the loose footy. Turn, kick inside forward 50. Callett can't take it on his chest. He worked hard, found the footy at ground level. O'Neill sends a handball over the top, trying to get it to Hughes, but getting in the way is Burgess and knocking it out of bounds for a boundary throw in the right forward pocket for South Barwon.
Fluffed an opportunity.
Southern or old Geelong Tech School end of the ground for the old timers. Bit of South Barwon Secondary College action there for a while, and now Clairvaux Primary School.
Oh, yes. I did some teaching rounds at South Barwon Secondary College. Fantastic.
That would have been eye-opening.
It was.
Fort out of the ruck, grabs it, then dragged to ground. Ball spills out. Handball back to O'Neill. Missed him. Bumstead slung in the tackle. Put a handball towards Tate. There's a bit going on in back play. Pepper and also Ford are into each other, and I reckon it's going to come back, and Fraser Fort's going to win a free kick. So we talked about that lack of discipline they showed against Bell Park in the final quarter. 3 weeks ago. And Andrew Pepper, who is one of the more combative GFNL players that we've seen over the past decade, has found himself giving away a cheap free kick to Fraser Fort when his team were in possession. You just don't want to give good teams opportunities.
No, you don't, because it just leaves the door open. You know, you got a 13-point lead and it brings it back to 7. And being combative, it's a polite way of saying he's a pest, really. Out on the oval.
Kick one already, Fraser Ford. It was an absolute cracker. He looks for his second of the afternoon. He's pushed that one across the face, got good carry. So the breeze doesn't seem to be an issue in terms of kicking the footy into it. But he has swung that across the face of goal and through for a minor score in the margin. He's 12 to the good of the Lions. South Barwon now 2-1-13. Leopold 4-1-25. 3 minutes gone on the Barwon Foods time clock in the second quarter of K-Rock action. Win free coffee for a year at Upco Cafe 24/7.
Gordon kicks in from fullback for Leopold. Goes looking for Jennings. O'Neill over the back. Now Marcus Thompson breaks free at half-back. Goes towards centre wing. Goff in front. Oh, should have taken the mark. Giddings at the back can take it for Leopold. Madigan puts a good tackle on Wagner, the piano tuner. And he's held up just inside the centre square. And probably should have been away there.
Yeah, it's a couple of those little mistakes, isn't it? You know, Jack Drivers dropped a couple. Tev Noffy dropped one on the outer wing. Those intercept marks that we talked about being an important part of the game. It's just a couple there they've dropped.
From the ruck contest, Feely puts his head over the ball. Oh, sling tackle too. The umpire says no. Gee whiz, I tell you what.
He's probably hurt himself.
I think he has hurt himself more too as he gets up. Harry Cunningham got up just feeling his nose or his cheek. So ball up on centre wing. Bumstead gets it down. Rove though by Kelly. Handball to Cunningham. He's recovered okay. Handball back into Kelly. Off a step. Right foot kick towards Ford who comes out. Oh, Noffy again. Intercept Marcus. Kirsch was saying he's going to go at everything and he does. And he handballs it away to Touchy. Feely gets it across half back. Pepper. The condiment runs away, goes with the right foot kick inside towards Richie. Bit of a slips catch, took it, thought about the handball to Touchy. Just holds it up though, called to play on now. Goes with a spearing pass, missed the target. Caldu was there for South Barwon, but Leopold got the numbers. Handball was terrible. Back towards Trent Thompson. Handball over the top to Richie. His handball towards Burgess at half forward. Bit of candy, right foot kick. High kick inside. 2 on 3. Huggins is there as well for South Barwon. The handball comes away. Swans working overtime in defence. Can they get the handball away? They can't drive it. Do you get one high? The umpire says no. Oh, yes.
Oh, he did.
Yes.
He
And they're going to play on. And South Barwon are away.
Huggins with a couple of bounces, steadies and then kicks. He's got Mawson, but Trent Thompson comes hard. Good spoil, brings it to ground, then found the loose footy. He's got a boot on it while lying on the ground and it deflects out of bounds and we'll get a boundary throw in. And the Leopold bench really liking that from Trent Thompson. First game back, playing just his 5th of the season after injury. It'll be hurled back into play for Bumstead and Callett to go at it. Callett got rid of Bumstead, grabbed it out of the ruck, but couldn't get it on the boot, holding the ball according to the umpire. And then Feely actually got a double up there. He was able to win the free kick and then lay a good tackle on Noble, who thought he was going to get away, but it was a free kick to Feely. Kick to Tate. Handball to Richie. Handball Porter under pressure from Mawson. Kick to the pocket. Giddings and Pearson a one-on-one. And Giddings wanting a free kick for an arm chop. It's out of bounds for a boundary throw in right at the cricket nets. Right forward pocket, northern end of the ground. Leopold 4-1-25. South Barwon 2-1-13. Second quarter action for Morris Business Class Finance. Asset finance by Geelong people for Geelong people. Call 1300 for Morris.
From the ruck contest, Giddings gets it down to the front for Leopold. Back to the boundary line. Porter can't keep it in. And we'll have a boundary thrown again.
Just on the personal Twitter feed, Lucas Hillman has 4 goals till quarter time.
Wow, well, that's been a good recruit then, hasn't it?
Slime, Hillman.
Oh,
Yeah, for Colac.
really?
Yeah.
I need
Talked
some
about him pre-game.
Lara scores, please.
Yep.
Yes, thank you. Ball around the corner towards the top of the square for Goff to take the mark for South Barwon. So they're going to come out. Blair Huggins. Sounds like a TV evangelist, I reckon. Blair Huggins.
It's something, isn't it?
And the evangelist gets it back to Goff right in the 10-metre square for South Barwon. Defensively now going to try and bring it out. An ungainly kicking style goes towards Callett, who goes up at centre half back. Can't take the mark. Now Porter off a step, left foot kick back inside. Forward 50, Giddings. Goff's there as well. Close to the boundary line. Tackle put on, out of bounds. And we are going to have a throw in right forward pocket for South Barwon. 2-1-13. In fact, it's for Leopold, sorry. 4-1-25, South Barwon 2-1-13. Morris Business Class Finance, K-Rock. Second quarter scoreboard.
Boundary throw in. Pitt doing the ruck work against Callett, worked him under the footy but couldn't grab the ball out of midair. It was allowed to bounce. When he did grab it, tackled, and we'll get a ball up. So at 30 metres, make it maybe 25 out from the Leopold goal. Tapped down by Callett into the left back pocket, but hitting it at pace is the veteran Scott. Swinging onto his left boot. Giddings flying, but stretching, couldn't mark. Pearce did well in traffic, got a little handball away. Madigan had to fire one quickly. Goff confronted, got away from Sheen, stumbled, regathered his composure, and then kicked nicely for Mawson on the outside of the right boot. Better get back and off you, that'll be 50. Watch Tom Stewart get nailed for that. What if Tom Stewart's here watching his old club today? He's every chance. Oh, Mawson, that was a hack kick. Just got no purchase. He put it straight onto the chest of Tate. And it's a 50-metre penalty against Caldo, and Tate will be marched inside forward 50. Just some key numbers from that first quarter. What were you keeping an eye on for Kerr's Hire, 100% locally owned and operated in Geelong, Kirsch?
The main one was we spoke about the pressure and how the game was between the arcs a lot. There was only 10 to 9 inside forward 50s, so there wasn't a great deal of inside forward 50s. Bit down on their averages, and the clearances were 7 apiece. So the game's as tight on the scoreboard as it is on the stats.
Ollie Tate spent a bit of time overseas in the past month, but a welcome return mid-season. The former Geelong Williamstown VFL star from 40 metres out.
Ooh.
It's a lazy kick.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's pushed it to the right. Just no conviction in his approach. And he's pushed it through for a minor score. His team now leads by 13, as it did at quarter time. They go to 4-2-26, double the score of South Barwon, 2-1-13 second quarter action. I reckon the scoreboard has absolutely pooped itself on the outer side. Thanks to Morris Business Class Finance. Not that scoreboard, Morris Business Class Finance. They might need some finance to get it back up and running, as Leopold will go back inside forward 50 after turning it over to South Barwon at halfback.
Yes, Noffy took a great intercept mark again, outside 50, and then just a nice little short pass to Billy Clark, who's taken the mark and will shoot for goal from 45 out. Slide angle. Luke Hillman has 5 now too, Kirsch.
There you go. Spun sideways, that ball from Noffy.
Yeah, he's not going to do a Paul Lynch. Remember, what did Lynchy kick against Geelong West all those years ago? 18?
Oh,
Yeah, he kicked 8. Was it against Geelong West or North Shore?
No, West.
West, yeah.
It was West down at Colac.
So Billy,
That's right, he was too, yes.
Billy Clark coming in, right foot kick, distance no problem, accuracy no problem either. That's a great kick. Kick 5 last week and has put his first of the afternoon on the board. And they go to 5-2-32 now. Leopold, South Barwon, 2-1-13. Morris Business Class Finance, K-Rock, second quarter scoreboard, and the experts share thanks to the Sporting Globe. Eat, drink, sport, Ryrie Street, Geelong. Here's Matt Kershaw.
Well, the other key indicator in this game as well is that Leopold have had 8 inside forward 50 marks, whereas South Barwon have had the 1 to Caldo. So just those options, there's too many of them down there. You know, when you've got different marking options, you've got different avenues to goal. It makes it very hard for the opposition to get not only the right matchups, but how do you defend all of them?
Good by Billy Clark back in the middle. Porter did the roving, dragged down in the tackle by Middleton, but spilled for Feely, and they're away again. Goes wide with a kick, stretching and marking is Thompson. Thompson and Wagner haven't had a huge influence on this contest, but their team lead by 19. Gives a handball off to Feely, who kept running, runs to 45 and goes bang, but misses to the right and through for a minor score. That would have been an Inspirations Paint goal of the day. The margin is 20, 5-3-33, 2-1-13. Second quarter action have gone 10.5 minutes on the Barwon Foods time clock.
Short kicking from Starkey. It's to Jake the Snake. Peters goes towards halfback. Caldu goes up, punched away by Jennings, right in his back pocket. The piano tuner tries to keep it in the field of play. Can't do so. Pepper was right there. And we'll have a boundary throw in right in front of the best seats in the house, thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7. Win free coffee for a year. And Bumstead and Callett starting in the centre square, coming towards the boundary for the boundary throw in. Bumstead gets it down, Feely through the middle, can't take it. Porter, good, fantastic to Williamson, out at left half forward, long kick towards the top of the square, getting back there, Pearce as well for Scott and Leopold. And they see it over the boundary line in the end. Probably not a great result for Leopold with that open play from Brock Williamson. And we'll have a boundary throw in the right forward pocket for the Lions.
Sport got to come onto the footy.
Yeah, absolutely does, because there's 8 to 1 inside forward 50s and they're just not getting their hands on the ball. It's 4 to 1 clearances. They just can't get the ball in any time of forward half at the moment.
Both Callett and Bumstead stumble, so it's allowed to hit the ground, the ball. Recovering best was Bumstead, and he locks up Callett with a tackle in the end as he tried to extract it from Sam Scott. About 12 out from the Leopold goal, just right of centre will get a ball up.
You can see how high South Barwon are getting on the ground. Like their small forwards are even at centre half back. So, you know, they're really condensing the ground at the moment, but they can't get it past.
From the ruck contest, it's roved at the bottom by Starkey, but he's taken in a tackle and another stoppage will follow. Bumstead try to tap it to Scott's, or rather Richie, I should say. Richie tried to get a handball up to Williamson. All brought and got taken high. That'll be a free kick. Old-fashioned coat hanger by Billy Ritchie or Feely, one of the two. I think it might have been Feely, in fact, gave away the free kick. 20-point lead, Leopold lead on the second quarter Morris Business Class Finance scoreboard. South Barwon a long way from home and trailing by 20 points in this second term of action, where we've gone about 13 minutes.
Broughton goes out, defensive 50 for South Barwon. Ball in dispute. Thompson comes across, puts the tackle on Ford. More a bear hug than a tackle, really, in the end. And the two big boys get up off the canvas. We're going to have a ball up, about 55 out from the Leopold goal.
Grovedale 29, Newtown Chilwell 23.
Free kick for a hold there. And Bumstead's going to take the free kick for Leopold. 55 from goal. Handballs it away. And the quick kick inside 50. In front drive. Over the back. Oh, great mark. Hamlin hanger. Connor Giddings. And another inside 50 mark. He just went up over the back of Jack Driver. Much too tall. And has taken it in the right forward pocket at the northern end of McDonald Reserve. It's going to be a tough kick from there, but he's going to have a bit of a breeze to help him with this right foot kick. He has kicked 2 this afternoon, and this for the Lions' 6th of the match. He just needs to probably just bend this around with a bit of breeze. And he just lets it hang out there. Right foot kick, and he nearly did it too, I tell you.
I was about to say, he's got to go to the closest to us goalpost.
Yes. He did, and he hit it. So they go to 5-4-34 now, Leopold, South Barwon, 2-1-13, Morris Business Class Finance. K-Rock, second quarter scoreboard.
Well, Connor Giddings, 2 goals, 1. Level with South Barwon, 2 goals, 1. Starkey trots off into the right back pocket, brings it towards our best seats in the house for Apco Cafe 24/7. Pierce was his target, couldn't mark because Feely got in his face. It's off his hands and out of bounds, boundary throwing. The slapping of hands, firstly Pierce for being caught behind Feely, and then Feely for dropping what he thought was a simple mark by his standards. And we'll have it hurled back into play. Plenty of play in front of our Apco Cafe 24/7, best seats in the house. Win free coffee for a year. It's hurled back into play. The ruckman set up nowhere near where that ball was going, and the boundary umpire even directed which way it was going. There's going to be a free kick for a high tackle going which way? It's going to go to South Barwon. Players confused.
He signalled 3 ways.
Yes, and Noble is a recipient, slow to his feet, but he will take the resultant free kick, the Mottawarri product. Kicks towards Caldu, who flew Noffy. There's going to be a free kick for a push against Caldu. So maybe an unrealistic attempt is what the umpire has judged. And Pepper with it at left half back, just dinks a little kick short to Pitcher. Pitcher just inside defensive 50, concedes some ground and goes back into the right back pocket to Trent Thompson. They try to open up the wing on the outer side. The ball hung in the air for Morford. O'Neill at the front did the roving of the driver spoil. He'll kick for the corridor. Sure, that's a free kick to Caldu. Noffy's been paid the mark. Caldu wondering if that free kick's ever going to come, and it's never going to come as it's sent wide for Bumstead by Noffy.
Yeah, it's the big ruckman takes it, just forward of centre wing, gives it away to Touchy. Feely goes on the left foot kick inside 50. Giddings, can he pick it up? Yes, he can. Tries to get the kick away. Does short to Thompson, under pressure, back to Feely. Went left, then went right. Handball, hot for Richie. The Swans have got the numbers. Handball from Peters. Sets it to Middleton, got his hands free. Shepherd gets a clearing kick from defensive 50. Out wide. Who's it going to sit for? Driver couldn't take it. Gordon can. Handball to Trent Thompson. Left-hand handball was okay in the end. The Reptile Matthews gets it out now. Inside 50 with the kick. Spears. And Jake Pitt takes the mark in front of Goff. And will shoot for goal from 45 out slide angle.
Yeah, a bit of a patient build-up there by Leopold, just working the arc and get it in there for another mark inside forward.
How many is that, Kirsch?
That's 10 for the game.
Ah, we.
Yeah, averaging 22 as we spoke about, which is extraordinary high numbers. 22 marks alone, it gives you 22 shots on goal just through marks per average per game. So that's a lot of opportunities.
Stats thanks to Curse High, 100% locally owned and operated in Geelong. Pitt comes in, right foot kick. Goal umpire says he has missed it to the far side and through 4-1 behind. They go to 5-5-35. Now Leopold leads South Barwon 2-1-13. Morris Business Class Finance. K-Rock, second quarter scoreboard.
Huggins kick into the left back pocket in the arms of Shepherd. Shepherd drives a kick, a high ball. O'Neill's got to sit underneath it. He over the top, took a really good mark. Is it going to be paid? Yeah, it is. Hamlin Hanger is not noted for his high-flying Kelly O'Neill, but takes a really nice mark. Wants to come in board too much on it for Kelly in the corridor. Chance for Sheehan to knock it to Wagner. Wagner a handball. Tate's got to be quick with the release. Huggins wrapped him up in a good tackle. Ball spilled out for Cunningham for South Barwon. Noffy back with the flight. Knocked it away from Mawson. Haven't seen a lot of Max this afternoon. He won't be taking home the Leopold Sporties, although he was good there. Handball up to O'Neill, gave it to Goff. Goff, stop, start, then got away from Tate, and then sent a little kick onto the leading path of Caldo, who marked, turned, kicked inside 50, one-on-one from behind. No mark taken. Driver's gone forward. Front of the pack, Hughes jammed it on the boot. The floater misses to the left. So they've sent Jack Driver forward, just trying to change things up and generate something, because they are now Archbishop Desmond 2-2-14 at the almost 19-minute mark of the second quarter on the Barwon Foods time clock. They trail Leopold 5-5-35.
Yeah, just watch that move, see if Driver, he's got that licence sometimes to push offensively. We'll just see if it's a permanent move or just him being Jack.
Burgess plays on, and Leopold get it towards centre wing. Goff wrapped up by Gordon, holds him in the tackle. Umpire says held to him, and we will have a ball up. So centre wing on the outer side. 21 the difference here. Leopold in the ascendancy. Middle stage of this second term, 19.5 played. Barwon Foods time clock. Now the ball spills towards Thompson. Can't keep it in though, and out of bounds for a throw in. At just forward of centre wing for South Barwon. They need a couple of quick ones here. They trail by 21.
Second quarter action thanks to Morris Business Class Finance. Asset finance by Geelong people for Geelong people. Call 1300 for Morris. And the boundary throw in. Broughton a tie. That should be a free kick against Tate, and it is paid. True centre wing outer side. Hope you're enjoying the call wherever you're listening through krockfootball.live right around the world. Now we do get listeners from overseas tuned in, wanting to keep an eye on results locally for those expats that have continued life somewhere else. Went looking for Fort with the kick. Broughton spoiled away. Trent Thompson's been really good this afternoon. Front of the pack, Thompson couldn't take it for Leopold, but Broughton got it again. And then Thompson came back and laid a wonderful tackle. Outstanding desperation from the line skipper. Gotta love it.
So he's going to take the free kick. Back end of centre wing on the outer side. Goes now with the kick towards half forward. Big pack there. Driver in front. Gets away. Bounces up and goes with a right foot kick. Well, tumbling kick. And it's okay. Keldu made it look better than it was. Wheels and goes. Right foot kick inside 50 to Fort. The three big ones. They've done nicely there. And driver to Keldu and then to Fort. Fraser will shoot for goal from 50 out. On the left half forward flank on the outer side. He's kicked 1 goal 1 this afternoon. And the grumpy one's got it. Although we saw a smile today, which was nice. Well, he's nearly engaged. There's lots to smile about. Fraser, he comes in, right foot kick. An absolute shank. I actually hit my one wood better than that, Fraser. Now, come on, that's out of bounds on the full. And Leopold with the free kick through Thompson.
Thompson will go. We'll go across the face of goal. Thompson into the left back pocket. And Feely, who has been omnipresent this afternoon. Suspect he might be in schematic standout calculations. The amount of footy he's won. Kick to the wing. Sheehan is his target. It won't get to him. He was well guarded there by Starkey. Ball hits the deck. Sheehan came and found it. And then Starkey, Madigan and Peters all wrapped him up. And my law firm's just turned up. Starkey, Madigan and Peters. Attorneys at law from the ball up. It's knocked out of bounds by Bumstead. We'll have a boundary throw in true centre wing.
I think I'll have Madigan. Who will you have?
I'll take Starkey just for the cool sounding surname.
Nice. You can have Peters.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah. Are you awake there?
Watching the game of football.
Ball held back into play. Matty Kershaw working under sufferance today.
He's all right. He's all right, the kid.
Sporting Globe tapped down by Tate. The handball of Porter missed. And found Madigan, who was slung in the tackle by Feely. He got a handball away, but only back to Porter. He gave a little kick, handball to Tate, and Tate's little kick marked by Williamson. They're queuing up in the middle of the ground. Gordon, one of those, stretching and taking a really good mark under pressure from Kelly O'Neill. Tom Gordon wasn't the greatest of kicks, but Gordon did well to hang on to it. Took the mark. And then he'll send a kick inside 50. Jake Peters marked 35 out directly in front.
All too easy.
It is. And this is rare from South Barwon, just the way they've been opened up. It's a little bit grand final day where Leopold, we knew they had control of the contest, but just couldn't put them away. Leopold, South are a very similar score at a similar stage of the grand final.
Yep, 100%. And the way Leopold are moving the ball today, they've got some speed on the ball and they've really got that ball movement going quick so that they catch out South Barwon's team defence.
Welcome back, Jake Pitt. Hasn't been seen since winning the Leopold Sporties back in round 1. That calf injury took longer than expected to recover from. But he's back and he's kicked a goal and he's given his team a very handy 27-point buffer in the shadows of half-time. 7-5-47 the Polders, the Swans, stuck at 2-2-14 second quarter action thanks to Morris Business Class Finance. It's asset finance by Geelong people for Geelong people. Call 1300 for Morris. Jane Birchdown boundary side for A&B Australia quality shelving. You're not too far from Neildy. You're just getting a sense of a bit of frustration out of the South Barwon coaching staff.
That he's up in his coaching box. I may have just heard a little bit of a bump on the side of the box there when Jake Pitt and marked that so easily in the forward line. And I'm very close to the Leopold camp here too, and they're up and about, that's for sure.
From the middle, Kelly for South Barwon got it across defensive 50 because Leopold, they're on the go here. Back inside 50 with the kick coming out. Driver comes back at Falcons. Tom Pearce on the head. Falls away though. Handball comes. 1-2 inside. Billy Ritchie off a step. He kicked goals last week. He's kicked more. Inspirations paint. Goal of the day contender from Billy Ritchie. And 1-2 got around and kicked the goal. The Sevens for Leopold. 7-5-47. They lead South Barwon 2-2-14. Morris Business Class Finance, K-Rock's second quarter scoreboard.
There's a few worrying signs for South Barwon all over the ground, but more importantly the scoreboard and how easily the goals are coming and the influx of inside forward 50s versus South Barwon's time in forward half. There's just such a rift between the two of them that's troubling signs for South Barwon.
Upset looming in the GD. Geelong West 41 lead Bannockburn 29.
Jeez.
At West Oval, we're there tomorrow from 1 o'clock. Carolfootball.live for Geelong West and St Joseph's GFNL style. South Barwon need to generate something out of the middle. Madigan trying to do that. Kick to half forward. Cunningham wasn't favoured by the bounce, but then he found the loose footy. Turned and kicked quickly inside 50. Feely went the spoil on O'Neill. Surely a free kick not paid. Gee, that's a bit stiff for O'Neill. Trent Thompson picked up the loose ball, put it into space. Bumstead, the unlikely runner, shared it with Tate. Tate under pressure, jammed it on the boot. Giddings diving, just couldn't trap it. That eludes him out of bounds. The look on his face is he just couldn't reel it in. He is giving Tom Pearce a little bit of an education this afternoon, I reckon. Tommy Pearce, he might walk away from this game a bit deflated, but he might also walk away going, geez, I might have learned how to play as a key defender on one of the best in the comp.
Boundary throw in. Bumstead, Callett got it down to the front. Madigan can run away from the contest. A little kick would miss the target. Burgess. Welcome back, Mitch. He's had a good first half so far. Plays on from centre wing, drives it long and high for Giddings and for Sheehan, the Undertaker. Can't get there. Oh, Driver in front. Good mark.
Wasn't Jack Driver almost dead in front of the cricket nets out there before?
Yeah, we basically put the white sheet up, but he's
Rolling around on the ground.
Yes, that's a fine probably. Noble at half back for South Barwon goes towards centre wing. Off the front of the pack, Burns couldn't take it. Feely's in there as well. Ball spills free. Milton, kick around the corner, was smothered by Tev Noffey. And we'll have a boundary throw in on centre wing.
What about Corio celebrating their 50th anniversary today, leading North Geelong by 38?
I'd be very happy about that, the Devils.
Yeah, we're going to win a game. It had to be on your 50th anniversary against your probably most
rivals.
Hated rival.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, most respected rival. You can't say hate anymore, apparently. Boundary throw in. Callett won the tap down. Front of the pack. Porter's been really good. Release for Wagner. Wagner, 60 from goal. It's a shank. Off the boot. That is an old-fashioned shank straight on the chest of Shepherd, who wants to go back to about 20 metres out from goal to Goff. Goff turns and kicks to Madigan. They're trying to generate something. You can see what they're trying to do. Just the execution lets them down, and there is case in point as Madigan puts it onto the chest of Marcus Thompson just inside the centre square. Thompson turns, kicks to the pocket. Clarkie's target, no mark. Off the hands of the pack, can Scott keep it alive? He can't, out of bounds. Right forward pocket, boundary thrown. You can see the intent. Yep. You can see that they want to keep the ball moving, but they just can't seem to execute what they want to do.
Exactly right. Madigan's the one who's lifted this quarter for them. He's had the last 3 clearances and he's been getting a bit of the ball. Like you said, that last kick turns it over and they generally score from it, Leopold.
Bumstead down to Porter in the ruck contest. Forward 50 for Leopold. Hughes tried to trap it for South Barwon. Needs some help. Got some. Noble kick up the chimney. Who's going to take the mark? Nobody. Ball spills free. Burke clearing kick. Now it's a foot race. Running back. Open forward 50 for South Barwon. Coming across. Oh, Matthews. Ball was slung out of his hands. Is that holding the ball? Umpire said sling. Free kick.
Was that a non-controlling umpire that paid that?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, he goes wide. K-Rock zone. Goes to Burgess at half back. And doesn't matter what number Mitch wears, he's having a good game. He's wearing 61 today, which is massive. Goes with a long kick. Giddings goes up off the back of the pack. Goff read it better, and tumbling punts. Okay, finds Noble.
Noble handball to Hughes. Can they find a goal late? Wants Ford on the lead. Thompson wearing him like a glove. Got a spoil. Back of the pack. Noffy found it, but slipped over. Handball on the up was okay. Everything they do, Leopold, turns out okay. The clearing kick comes. Marcus Thompson into space. Wanted Williamson bounce back over his head. Peters took it. Good handball release. Starkey jammed it on the boot and got a short kick to Kelly. And the youngster from Nullawall.
Do you know who's playing at Nullawall, Kingy? Here's one for you. David Isbister.
David Isbister. There's a bloke that used to commentate local footy that like David Isbister. Short kick. And Fort has marked, and he finds Burns in the left forward pocket. I'll tell you who also lodged a clearance during the week. Nathan Brown lodged a clearance from Barwon Heads. I can't tell you exactly to where.
Wonthaggi.
Was Wonthaggi, was it?
Yes. Jared Blair coaches there.
Aha, that makes sense.
Yep. He's playing 2 or 3 games down there.
Kick, top of the square, wanting Hughes, but judging it best, right on the siren and taking the mark for Leopold was Harris Jennings. A half dominated by the Polders. It's a big grand final deja vu. 33 points is the margin at the main break. 7-5-47 Leopold. South Barwon 2-2-14, and we're at half-time. Thanks to Blackman's Brewery. Oh, there's a Pivot City Lager, surely, sitting in my fridge at home that I'm going to crack open a little bit later. The last thing that Kirsch can think of right now is alcohol. The ultimate halftime beer made right here in Geelong. Shane Birch, he's down boundary side for A&B Australia quality shelving. Birchie will no doubt have one of the Leopold boys in her sights for a quick couple of words as they head for the rooms, content but not happy with where they're at. They'd be very content to be 33 points up, but they'll be happier if they got 4 points in the bank and improve to 7-3. Get a little game break on South Barwon in the fight for finals positions. Birchie's just making her way into the throng. Wonder who she's going to pull away for a quick couple of words here. She's sort of near Billy Ritchie, I reckon. I think she's got Billy for a chat. We'll go down to Jane Birch. Birch, you got Billy Ritchie with you for A&B Australia quality shelving.
Pretty fast start there, Billy, and your team's done well to put 7 goals on the board so far. How have you found it out there?
It's been good. We knew they were going to bring it after the grand final. Yeah, we just got to stick to what we're doing. We know what we need to do. It's just whether or not we execute it. We seem to be doing that at the moment. We just got to keep doing it.
And Buddha said he spoke to you about the getting that edge back. He's given it the name Ledge, but it's really noticeable from there. The intensity from you has lit. Last time we caught one of your games out of Bell. And, you know, that spark seems to be back to Leopold.
Yeah, definitely. That's been our main focus, just get the edge back, and, yeah, we do it, and, yeah, that's what we're good at.
Getting on the end of a few too up forward?
Not quite, but a few more will be nice.
Good luck for the second half.
Billy Ritchie there with Jane Birch. It's halftime thanks to Blackman's Brewery, the ultimate halftime beer made right here in Geelong. We'll take a break from here at McDonald Reserve. It's Leopold leading the grand final rematch by 33 points. They're 7-5-47. They lead South Barwon 2-2-14. It's Saturday afternoon action on krockfootball.live. Hope you're enjoying the call. Thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7. Win free coffee for a year. Live, breathe, K-Rock footy.
Towards Williams, comes back to Benson, he gets it to Harry McMahon, he wants to get in on the action, gives it to Wales beautifully. Wales with a left foot kick, and he kicks the goal. Great play, Elijah Wales, great skill, his first of the afternoon. towards Williams, comes back to Benson, he gets it to Harry McMahon, he wants to get in on the action, gives it to Wales beautifully, Wales with a left foot kick, and he kicks the goal! Great play, Elijah Wales, great skill, his first of the afternoon. Towards Williams, comes back to Benson, he gets it to Harry McMahon, he wants to get in on the action, gives it to Wales beautifully, Wales with a left foot kick, and he kicks the goal! Great play, Elijah Wales, great skill, his first of the afternoon. towards Williams, comes back to Benson, he gets it to Harry McMahon, he wants to get in on the action, gives it to Wales beautifully, Wales with a left foot kick, and he kicks the goal! Great play, Elijah Wales, great skill, his first of the afternoon.
Your ball movement, and Leopold's ball movement at the moment, it's got a lot of speed on it. They know that they can turn South Barwon over high up the ground because it's the way South Barwon play, and they set up. They're a good defensive side. They're a full team defensive press, and they know that if they can turn them over higher up the ground, then they're going to give themselves a lot of scoring opportunities, and that's exactly how it's unfolded. They move the ball well, they work the arc, so if they haven't got that direct entry into the forward 50, they'll work the arc and then they'll get it in and they'll hit up that mark inside forward 50 that we've touched on so many times throughout the game. They've had the 11 already. They're averaging 22, so they're exactly where they're supposed to be with that key indicator. So it's all got to do with their ball movement. South Barwon, they've got to obviously slow the ball movement and stemmy the flow, but they've also got to get the ball in hand themselves. They've got to start winning it around the source. They're down in clearances and down in contested possession, I would suggest. So they need to start winning the ball at the source, get the ball running, bit of run and carry, a little bit of overlap, and get the ball in their half of the ground. And they've really struggled with that. They've got the breeze. They need to hit the scoreboard and get themselves within a couple of goals at three-quarter time.
Driver and Noffy, which are White Cross Healthcare. Head-to-head, scooters, walkers, but much more. Trusted advice, best solutions. Fine Street, South Geelong. Who's leading that battle at the moment?
Yeah, Noffy's got his nose in front. He's taken the 5 intercept marks, Noffy, but he's also had, more importantly, 3 inside forward 50. So he's getting himself high up the ground. He's working hard. He's intercepting. He's doing what Tev Noffy does. Jack Driver, on the other hand, he's had a couple of intercept marks as well. He's had the 2. He's had the 6 possessions, but he's had a couple of almost moments, Jack Driver, where he normally takes those intercept marks and he's just dropped a couple. He's been pushing forward a little bit in that last quarter, so let's see what he does this quarter, but I expect big things from him in this second half.
We're talking about Logan Wagner just being kept busy by his opponent. For a lot of the time it's been Doyle Madigan, and Madigan looks like he'll go to him again for Wombat Gully Plant Farm in the matchups. Would Wagner made his name early in his career as a very lively small forward, and it's Madigan actually now going to Thompson. It might be Kelly going to Wagner. I'm just keeping an eye on that as they set up in the centre square. Would you look to get Wagner forward and give him a chance to do the old Mitch Patton role?
Yeah, exactly right. And we spoke about that a little bit off air, didn't we, where they probably just need that crumbing forward, and Wagner could be the one. But I guess, just because he's sort of had a bit of a quiet first half, we know what he's capable of, and he could come out and have a dozen this quarter. So I think they might just stick to their processes, and we'll see what happens. But don't be surprised if Wagner does make a move somewhere else.
Brisbane Lions by 71 on Adelaide, in Adelaide.
Wow.
Jeez. Here come the Lions. They're actually live ladder in the 8 as we start the third quarter for Barwon Timber. Here's Jace.
Bumstead gets it down for Leopold. Start the second and does his own roving work and shuffles it to the piano tuner. Right foot kick inside. 50 stretch. Sam Scott takes the mark. Great start from the Lions, and great to see the piano tuner in the play early in the first 30 seconds of this third term, and Sam Scott will shoot for goal from 45 out slide angle.
No better way to get in the game, Jace, than get that first clearance from the start of the second half, and then inside 50, and not only that, more importantly, hitting the target inside forward 50 for yet another mark inside the forward 50.
So Sam Scott comes in southern end of the ground, right foot kick, brings it back with a breeze beautifully and puts it through for his first of the afternoon. Fast start for the visitors in the third turn. They go to 8.5.53. They lead South Barwon 2.2.14. Barwon Timber K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
And what I liked about it is that they all went to Wagner as well. Just that little bit of confidence getting back into the game, and that they're celebrating the small things, and that is one of the small things.
Logan Wagner, of course, best on ground in the grand final last year. This third quarter, thanks to Barwon Timber. Visit their showroom at 50 Fellmongers Road in Breakwater. Back in the middle, Callett winning the tap down for South Barwon. Madigan will do the roving and they'll go forward. The Swans, a bouncing ball, tracked towards left half forward. Cunningham, a handball over his head, hoping that Kelly can run onto it. Noble can run onto it. He did, but he couldn't pick it up because Burgess harassed him, brought him to ground, and then Matthews finishes off the job over the top, and we'll get a ball up at left half forward. So Burgess set him up. Matthews knocked him down. Bit of push and shove. Noble and Matthews into each other. Umpire Jones says, I'll put it into the air. Tapped down by Bumstead. Handball. Tate was elite. Feely says just as good to Matthews. Matthews now to a one-on-one. Wanted Williamson. Wasn't a great kick, although he might have some toe here for Wiedemann. Just buffeted him off the footy nicely. And Williamson from Port Arlington driving the kick. A bouncing ball. Ground level was Giddings. Couldn't take it, but Feely coming through. Knocked it to Wagner. Handball back to Feely. It was a bit millionaire style play, and he missed him. And that has allowed the opportunity for Middleton to try and get in on the footy. Big tackle laid for Leopold. Oh, that's high. It's a free kick. And that'll come back. Callett was brought to ground, and then a high tackle was laid on Wiedemann at left half back. He'll look to bring the footy, or stay broadcast side, thanks to Abco Cafe 24/7. That's not a great kick. He's kicked it straight to Tom Feely there. Execution by hand and foot this afternoon, especially by foot, has left a little bit to be desired.
So Feely, back end of centre wing, kicks it down the line. Looks for a target, but it's all South Barwon. So Wiedemann going to have a second go at it because he's taken the mark in front of Billy Ritchie at half back. So let's hope for his sake this is a better kick.
Yeah, it's really hurt them today, I reckon.
Yeah, he goes towards Madigan again. Feely nearly did it again to Feely, but Madigan was good enough to get it away. Mawson's kick was terrible. Goes towards half forward, and off he comes across. Fort gets him in a tackle. He drops the footy. Umpire Jones right on the spot. Fraser takes it at left half forward.
Puts a smile on his face and then sends it towards a one-on-one. Caldew from behind, Jennings in front. Caldew had to play spoiler. His driver, unlikely rover, ran into traffic, out of traffic, into traffic, wrapped up by Thompson holding the ball.
It's like he didn't know what to do.
No. It's like he goes, I'm 15 out from goal. What should I do? I'm on the old GPS.
Yep.
He'd been given the wrong directions by Siri. And Thompson will send the kick towards half back. And juggling the mark is Pearce. A rare win for him in a marking contest this afternoon. The youngster into the right forward pocket, and he's found driver on a lead who marks down low. Tight angle. Right forward pocket, northern end near the Highton Cricket Club nets. As the temperatures just maybe dropped a couple more degrees for South Point Garden Supplies, Birchie. It's not the warmest of afternoons here on the shortest Saturday of the year.
No, clouds are looking a little bit threatening as well, so got the beanie on.
Yeah, I did see you extract the Carrot Football beanie. Got the Zoe Kennedy Foundation beanie on
You
today.
have too. Feels like 8.6. Minimum overnight of 3. That's fun.
That'll be chilly. Tight angle, right forward pocket. Jack Driver, not noted for his
Kicking.
He's hung that into the breeze. Oh wow. Oh my Lord.
Spin.
An inspirations paint goal of the afternoon from Jack Driver. That just floated through the air. There was nothing resembling drop punt about that kick. And it has floated through on the tightest of angles for the most unbelievable of goals. Inspirations paint. What's your next project? 138 Talker Road, Grovedale. Well, what's Jack Driver's next project? When you're kicking goals like that, that is fair income. I've never seen somebody kick a goal with such a horrendous spin through the air. Well, I wouldn't even call it a spin.
Nope.
And the margin is 33 again, 3-2, 28, 553, Barwon Timber, third quarter scoreboard.
Callett got it down in the middle for South Barwon towards Wagner. He let the ball go on the tackle. Now O'Neill for South Barwon. Right foot kick inside 50. Fort with the sit at the front, punched away. Front and centre. Wagner comes back. Middleton over the top of it as well. 55 out from South Barwon's goal. Handballs it away to Callett. His kick inside to Caldu. Punched away from him. Front and centre. Mawson wrapped up straight away. Not going anywhere. Umpire says holding the ball. There's a little bit of a fend, don't argue, and that's why. And K-Rock's own is going to take the free kick. The Jet Matthews medal for the Reptile of the Year. He gets it away to Pepper. The condiment in the back pocket goes short to Marcus Thompson. He's got Burgess short. He's got Bumstead giving him a lead as well. He goes shorter though. Good kick. Williamson saw him out of the corner of his eye. Took the market. Right half back for Leopold. They're just tacking away now. Short little kick to Touchy. Fairly called to play on. Does. Runs away from Caldu. Takes a bounce. Goes with a right foot kick to centre half forward. Coming across 2-on-1. South Barwon with the 2. And Goff was the one who came and helped out. Now it comes towards the boundary line. Giddings with a kick back in board. No mark taken. Ball spills free. Still in dispute. Giddings comes across again. Broughton over the top of it. Got the handball away. The kick back towards the middle. Hughes has to be good here. Goes up. Oh, nearly took the mark too for South Barwon. Coming the other way though. Williamson tries to spear the pass. Does well. Finds Giddings. Their delivery of the football inside 50 has been elite today.
Absolutely.
And he finds Connor Giddings, who has kicked 2-1 this afternoon and will have a set shot. Pretty acute angle though. He's near the boundary line. He's about 50 out from goal, so he's going to take some kicking with the breeze just into his face. So Connor Giddings for another for the Lions. Brock Williamson starting his third term in very positive fashion for Leopold. He comes in now. Giddings, right foot kick, goes towards the top of the square, and the only person that actually went up to take the mark was Driver, and he's going to go short into the back pocket, which that kick was much better than the goal. And he goes short to Starkey.
Starkey, long way from home at the southern end of the ground, hugs the boundary line, looking for Broughton. It sits on his head. Feely flew, just couldn't hang on to it for a Hamlin hanger attempt. Back of the pack numbers there. Noble, a handball, got buffeted off the footy after getting a handball away as he tried to getting it to Madigan. They are really physical today. They've almost looked at the South Barwon team and gone, gee, there's some youngsters in this lineup, and Mark Neild has spoken about that. They are fielding a lot of 18, 19, 20-year-olds, and Gary Hocking has seized on that, and they are putting pressure on them at every opportunity. Free kick in the ruck contest. At play on advantage, Tate takes it. When looking for Sam Scott, who marks, fires a handball to Williamson. It's running on his non-preferred side, so he had to cut back onto his right boot, looking for Giddings. That's a free kick, surely, for an arm chop on Golf, not paid. Handball held back by Ritchie. Porter, snap around the corner, not bad. Back with the flight, the mark taken next to the goal post. Might be flying back with the flight of the footy. Pitt taking it, is it? Or is it Sheehan? It's Sheehan. We're a long way from where that took place. Gee, if you had to let it go, it might have been a cracking goal from Tate Porter, who is living up to expectations, Jace. We were told that he was going to be very handy, and he is proving to be.
Got the inside word, didn't we?
Sheehan goes with the banana and threads it. So he kicks his... Oh, has he kicked it? What are we waiting for? No?
We're going to have a review of
I
it.
thought he kicked it.
The goal umpire basically
Didn't move.
didn't move.
No, didn't see it. So behind for Sheehan. 2 goals, 1 for him. And make that 8-6 for Leopold. 8-6-54 plays 3-2-20. 9 minutes almost played on the third quarter. K-Rock, Barwon Foods, Time Clock, Barwon Foods sells the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road, North Geelong.
Starkey down the middle to Driver. Double. Hander takes it. I got to push anyway. Plays on from centre half back. Under pressure, goes with a right foot kick. That was terrible off the boot, but Jack will say it was fine because it found Jake Peters. Peters goes inside 50. Coming up, Howard Jennings got pushed off the football. Should have got a free kick. That's an arm chop. I don't know. How does the umpire who's actually standing in front of that not see that, and the non-controlling umpire see it? But anyway, Leopold get the free kick. They go out wide, or the Undertaker got one across the chops as well, and draws a player, gives it away to Pup.
Thompson dinks a little kick over the top. Matthews or Giddings, take your pick. They only got on each other's road, but Giddings coming up, took the mark, turned, kicked quickly into space, running hard is Williamson taking a good mark. That's a good strong grab over Driver. And he'll go back. He won't have a shot because that breeze has actually picked up a little bit, Birchie, I reckon, for South Point Garden Supplies.
Yeah, it's coming in burst really. It sort of springs up and then drops it back down again. So at the moment the flags are a down.
Williamson just cuts it back to a 25 out from goal, looking for a marking target. There was a hold there. I could see it from here, and there'll be a free kick directly in front. 25 metres out going to Leopold, and it'll go to Jake Pitt, who'll look for his second on return. You can see it from our vantage point here that the front of the jumper was being held onto as he tried to mark. I think it might have been Huggins who gave away the free kick, just knew he was cooked in the contest. And the door opened. This for a 40-point lead for the reigning Premier, who, despite what will happen with this result, won't get into the top three. They'll pick up some handy percentage, though. They were able to keep South to a minimal score, and Pitt gets his second from 25 metres out. So 2 for him. And now 9 for Leopold, 9.660 on the third quarter Carrock Barwon Timber scoreboard. South Barwon 3-2-20. And we have gone 11 minutes in this third quarter of action. Third term, Barwon Timber, your specialist in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in the Geelong region.
You called it well there, King. He was cooked in the contest because he was concerned. The ball was coming in quick. He knew it was going to come to a dangerous spot, the defender, and he had to grab because he lost track of his opponent. So free kick was given. Kick the goal.
Back to the middle. Giddings having a run in the ruck for Leopold. Gets it down. Broughton, though, or wrapped up by Thompson. That's a great tackle. And holding the ball, says the umpire, Marcus Thompson, is going to take the free kick just inside the centre square at half forward. Plays on quickly. Right foot kick out wide. The Undertaker. Is that a hold? The umpire. Oh, it's down the field.
Downfield against Broughton.
Wasn't much in it.
Gave Pup a little bit of a shove after he got rid of the footy, and the free kick's going to go down the field to the Undertaker. Will Sheehan's got it in the right forward pocket. Wiedemann stands the mark about 30 out. He's on the boundary line, so tough kick with that breeze, as Birchie said. Just springing up into his face. Chance for Leopold's 10th of the afternoon. He comes in. He has kicked 2 himself, so productive afternoon for the Undertaker. He comes in, right foot kick, goal umpire. Oh, look at that. That is a great kick. That is an Inspirations Paint Goal of the Day contender this afternoon from Will Sheehan. His third of the afternoon, the 10th for Leopold. 10-6-66. They lead South Barwon 3-2-20. Barwon Timber K-Rock, third quarter scoreboard.
The free kick may or may not have been down the ground, but it was given. But Pup's tackle, Marcus Thompson's tackle in the first place on Jonty Broughton was elite. He just has a desire to tackle. You've got to want to tackle, and Marcus Thompson does it at the elite level. He is just unbelievable. He's either winning his own ball or he's stopping the opposition and getting a free kick.
Back in the middle, Giddings doing the ruck work, climbing high, winning the tap down against Keller, but it sits on its point. Middleton couldn't take it, though. Well done by Porter, just fired a handball forward. But they'll get out of trouble through Peters. Kick around the corner. Burgess will give away a free kick for too high against Harry Cunningham, who'll take it on true centre wing. Rare centre clearance there for the Swans. Cunningham steps past Burgess and now kicks towards half forward, asking a lot of forward over the top of Pepper. Pepper got a fist at the front into the path of Thompson. And that's an interesting kick from Noffy. It'll work out okay because it bounces for Billy Clark. Clark was too slow. Good tackle by Cunningham. He wanted to come back inboard and he should have stayed outboard. And of course, bad things happen when you come inboard sometimes. Middleton, Shepherd, kick inside forward 50. Caldu with a fly, can't take the mark, brought it to ground, but at the front of the pack, Williamson hit and spin out of the pack. Handball release Tate. Tate to the voice of Pepper. Pepper quick release. Thompson with all the time in the world to send a kick towards Clark. He'll have to wait for it. Did well, took the mark despite the interference provided by Goff. And is it 50? It is against Rowan Goff. And Billy Clark's going to be marched inside forward 50. Rowan Goff far from impressed with the decision of umpire Jones.
I think it might have been Harry
Cunningham.
Cunningham was it? So
ran 2
in the protected space.
Yes,
the protected.
And once again, that's not 50.
Jones is really. He needs to go do his measuring during the week.
Yeah, I've got to say that. Yeah, I'm glad Jones is not in the real estate game. I think he's in the alcohol game.
He is.
Well, maybe he's been drinking before he's come today.
I reckon there's only one bloke around us who've been doing that.
Billy Clark's kicked 1.
He's kicked 2.
Oh.
Here he goes.
He sends it on its way. It hangs out to the right. Well played, Kirsch.
Yep.
1 goal, 1 for Billy Clark. As he misses, 10-7-67, South Barwon 3-2-20. The margin is 47 points. It was 50 in the grand final. Third quarter's gone 15 minutes on the Barwon Foods time clock.
Huggins kicks in from full back. Goes to the outer side. Burke, short kick. Middleton. Lockie takes the mark at true half-back flank. Goes towards centre wing with the kick now for South Barwon. Goes out wide. Noffy punched it away defensively against Kelly O'Neill. And celebrates with Daniel Pitcher. There's been a lot of celebrating of the 1% efforts today from the Leopold boys. And it has been reflected in the score. 10-7-67 Leopold. South Barwon 3-2-20. Bit boundary throw in.
Tapped down by Bumstead, roving by Callett in the ruck contest. Somehow got out 2 tackles and then fired a handball forward. Jammed on the boot, might have been Middleton inside 50. Noffy back with the flight, just couldn't hang on to it. But he found it at ground level, slung in the tackle, got a handball away, found Burgess. He can tuck it under the arm and go. Gave a handball to Sheen, can go back to Burgess, although goes wider with a handball to Wagner. Burgess kept running forward and he can go. Sends a kick into the pocket, wasn't his best off the boot, but it works out okay. Mark taking on the chest. Morfitt turns onto his left, sends it towards the top of the square. Numbers back there for the Swans. Was a remark. I'm surprised it wasn't paid. I thought it was a juggling attempt that should have been paid for South Barwon, but there'll be a free kick in the end going to Kelly O'Neill. Inside defensive 50, goes very, very wide. Too much on it for Cunningham over his head and bounces out of bounds for a boundary throw in. And there is South Barwon's day in a nutshell.
Yep, just a turnover or a clanger kick or ineffective kick. Call them what you will, but that was just a good example of how poor their foot skills have been today.
So a boundary throw in right half forward for the Lions. Attacking the southern end of this third term. Bumstead and Callett. Short boundary throw in. Bumstead with a big right fist goes towards Scott. Morford's there as well. Goff gets it away for South Barwon, gets it away to Madigan on the right side for his left foot. Short kick. Hughes takes it at half back, gives it away by hand to Madigan, running past close to the boundary line. Tries to measure it to Fort. Fraser. His head ripped off by Pup. He goes with a kick inside the centre square, but handball on the up. Feely was good. Needs some support. Got some. Thompson was there coming the other way. Hughes for South Barwon. Got to Cunningham, wondering where to go. He goes inside with the handball. It's okay. Gets it to Burke. Left foot kick high towards half forward. Thompson Trent comes across. Good punch away. Can he keep the pressure on? That's the thing. Can he get around to Burns? He got the handball back to Burke under pressure. Burgess bearing down. Tate's there as well. Fort, the 2 number 16s. Fort gets the handball away. Madigan. Oh, Candy. Beautiful. Little left foot kick was beautiful to Caldo. Great play, South Barwon. Inside 50. Matty Caldo takes the mark. And great play, Fraser Fort, Doyle Madigan. And they're going to have a set shot for goal.
Well, we mentioned it in the second quarter. He was the one that was lifted their side, Doyle Madigan, and he's done it again in this third quarter. He's been everywhere at the moment. So he's the one who's trying to get him going, get him lifting. It was a nice inside 50 kick. He actually transitioned from probably on the defensive 50, Doyle Madigan, then all the way down and stayed involved.
You know how I said Newtown will make life, or Grovedale will make life tough for Newtown?
Yes.
Town is by 3 points.
Caldo, who's kicked 1 this afternoon. They need this. He comes in. Captain kicks his second. Good kick. Matty Caldo, his second of the afternoon. And the fourth for South Barwon. They go to 4-2-26. They trail Leopold 10-7-67. Barwon Timber K-Rock, third quarter scoreboard. Your specialist in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in the Geelong region. That is Barwon Timber.
And the difference was too, Jace, that Doyle Madigan hit 3 targets all the way along, which they haven't done today. They've hit 1 and missed probably 2 or 3, whereas Doyle Madigan hit those 3 targets all the way through into the forward 50. So it's not rocket science. You maintain possession and you kick it to your own teammate. You're going to give yourselves a chance to kick the goal, and that's exactly what they did.
Garner 6, Hillman 6 as Colac leads St Albans. We've got a free kick in the middle for South Barwon. The Leopold Sporties by 112. Kick inside 50, Fort the target. Free kick against Trent Thompson on Fraser Fort. It looked like a clear fist that Trent Thompson got, but the umpire reckons he's got him high with the other arm. And Fraser Fort, a chance for rare back-to-back goals this afternoon for South Barwon. In fact, it would be the first time this afternoon that they've kicked consecutive goals. And Fraser Fort, who has 28 goals for the season, make it 29 with the one he's kicked today, but he's now 12 behind Adam Garner, who's moved to 41, and that game's nowhere near done.
There's another quarter and a bit left.
Fraser Fort from a very similar position from where he kicked one earlier in the contest from 45, draws it back and has drawn it back nicely to kick He's second and the fifth, and the margin is back to 35. So giving themselves a sniff and keeping the door open as we approach the 20-minute mark of the third quarter on the Barwon Foods time clock. The Barwon Timber scoreboard showing Leopold 10.767, South Barwon moving to 5.232. Barwon Timber, your specialists in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in the Geelong region, and in the experts chair for the Sporting Globe, here's Matthew Kershaw.
Yeah, just chipping away out of here, South Barwon. If they can just win the next couple of clearances, get a couple of inside forward 50s and get it back to a, 20 points or mid-20s, then it's still in the game. It's still open.
Back to the middle. Kellett gets it down. Wagner got it away to Williamson beautifully. Handball on the outboard to Gordon. Kept his width on centre wing. Right foot kick high into the pocket. Big pack there. Punched away defensively by Jack Driver. Close to the boundary line. Goff can't keep it in. And we will have a throw in at right half forward for the Lions.
Cell Park 77, Lara 19. So the Dragons taking charge of that one. And I don't think there's too many teams that have started 8-2 that missed the finals. I reckon the Dragons might punch a ticket this year.
From the ruck contest at the boundary throw-in, Bumstead. Free kick for a hold. It's going to South Barwon. I think it's going to come back to Rowan Goff. Once Lockie Middleton gets up, he will. He gives it back to Goff. Inside defensive 50 for the home side. Plays on now. Right foot kick towards centre wing. Big pack there. Fort from fourth in line. Hits his shoulder in the end through the middle. Now Kellett got it away to Ford. Off a step kick was smothered. Bumstead the other way. Handball close to the boundary line. And they're happy to see it over for a throw-in on centre wing.
Need the next one, South Barwon, to really open this contest potentially up. Within 4 goals, I reckon, Kirsch, they've got to be if there to be any chance, especially when they might be kicking into a slight breeze in the final term. Ball held back into play. Double palm down Bumstead to the front of the pack. Wagner being tracked by Noble. He got the foot, he got a handball away, but Hughes got in the way, tried to duck his way through traffic. Did okay to get a handball to Broughton, who under pressure, jams it on the boot. Caldu comes with a run. Tate, that's a good mark. Pack of 5. Caldu not happy with himself. Tate, with all his experience, taking the mark at right half back for the Polders and conceding some ground to Jennings, who marks 30 from his defensive goal, northern end of the ground, in what is now sunshine here on a dreary midwinter's afternoon. He goes short to Matthews. Matthews goes short, a controlled kick. Gordon's got to wait for it, and Caldu came over the top. He was a sitting duck, Tom Gordon. It wasn't a great kick from Jet Matthews, just hung too long. And Caldu said, bang, I'll whack this out of bounds. Boundary throw-in as Queenscliff have opened up a can of whoop-tushy on Motowari.
They've been in good form, Motowari.
I know. They've been flying.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I did say Queenscliff will beat somebody that doesn't want to lose to them. And this is the game that might come back and bite Motter on the arse. Tap forward by Kellett, roving by Kelly. Kick inside 50. Fort, Caldu, neither could mark. It's off the hands of the pack. Matthews said, I'll just knock this through for a rush behind. He was inside the goal square. There was appeals from Mawson and Fort for a free kick for that rush behind, and the umpire said no, and the goal square is fine under pressure, and it'll be a behind to South Barwon, and the margin is 34. They're 5-3-33. Leopold 10-7-67.
Tate to the piano tuner and back to Tate. So they're just racking up possessions in the last line of defence, those two. Tate now runs on, goes to the back pocket, chips the ball towards the piano tuner. Kelly O'Neill goes up as well. Williamson's handball back to Pepper. They can't keep it in. Mucking around with a little bit there, the Lions, in the last line of defence. We've played 23 and a half minutes in this third term. Time clock thanks to Barwon Food sells the freshest fish direct to you, Donga Road, North Geelong.
You feel they need a score from this play, get them back to the centre and then a reset and see if they can go again and score before three-quarter time.
Mawson doing the ruck work from behind. Giddings won the tap. The roving done by Driver. Slung in the tackle. Brought to ground. We'll get a ball up. Ensuring he was going nowhere was Mitch Burgess. We will get it thrown into the air by umpire Jones. That sun is really beating down now. Might need to put the factor 55 on.
55.
Tap down. Yeah, I need it with my pasty white skin. Giddings won the tap down. Quick handball release Sheen. Not a great kick coming out by Williamson, although they're going to end up with the footy somehow. Richie socket at 40. Couldn't control it at his legs, but he was able to just get it forward 5 metres. Nearly forced a stoppage, but South Barwon coming the other way. Madigan. Williamson in traffic. Freed the arms. Got a handball backwards. It rolls towards defensive 50. Burgess will turn on the afterburners, and he'll go with the bounce.
Colleges now, right foot kick towards half forward. Getting back there, Huggins though. And the Evangelist takes the mark at half back. And he goes. He was going to go short wide to Pearce. He elects though to go now down the line towards centre wing. Callett and over the back O'Neill as well. Callett does well. Handball to Noble. He's handball inboard to Mawson under pressure. Tumbling right foot kick. Doesn't really sit for Jennings. Falls for Caldu. Handball on the outboard. Driver comes out. Played for a free kick. Didn't get one. Caldu around the corner and through for one behind. Jack spends more time on the ground than anybody I've ever seen in my life on a footy ground. He's up now and another behind. So they go to 5-4-34. South Barwon Leopold 10-7-67. Barwon Timber K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
Ollie Tate's been good in his return, driving long ball to our best seats in the house. Sets it for Jennings to fly. Couldn't complete the mark. Yes, it's paid. Geez, it's fun to watch Jennings, Pitt, Sheehan, Noffy, Giddings just fly at the footy. I love how they got a licence to fly.
Absolutely, and they go their marks and it pays off.
Jennings driving ball to the wing, just sets it up. Who's going to have a fly this time? Bumstead won't get at it, and the mark taken in front of the pack. Well judged by Driver. Oh no, that's going backwards is risky. Didn't hit it very well. There's Jack at his best and his worst. Kick around the corner, Pitt, and he finds Wagner. Wagner can share it by handle. Scott just had to reach back to get it outside of the right boot. Wouldn't be a bad effort if he goaled it from there. Bouncing ball, took a big leg break, stayed in the field of play. Two lines at the top of the square. One of them is Porter, tried to step through traffic, fell to ground with tripped according to the umpire. Rowan Goff throws his mouth guard in frustration into the crowd, and we'll have a free kick and a shot at goal at the top of the square. There was a bit going on there, but in the end, Tate Porter, who's going to have a shot from about 13 metres out directly in front and maybe snuff out any challenge that was going to come from the Swans.
The kid had to kick Goff's mouthguard back under the net.
It was just a massive hurl of the mouth guard. One of the best I've seen from Rowan Goff. One of the highlights of the day for South Barwon. In fact, it's Morford that's got the free kick. I thought it was Tate Porter, but it'll be Morford with it, top of the square. Chance to kick his first of the afternoon and tugged it right, but has done enough to kick the goal. Oscar Morford playing his third senior game at GFNL senior level and has now got 7 goals from those 3 starts, coming off 5 last week against St Albans, and the margin back out to 39 points, 11-7-73. South Barwon 5-4-34, third quarter K-Rock Barwon Timber scoreboard. At Barwon Timber, they bring nature's beauty into your home. Check them out at barwontimber.com.au.
You've got to go back to the source and where that turnover occurred, and Jack Driver just bit off a bit more than he can chew. He should know his limitations with his kicking, and probably kick down the line type player, Jack, you've got to be, and turn the ball over, and they scored again from a turnover.
Luke Hillman 7 now, leading Adam Garner 6. So it's a
competition just between them two.
It is
really.
Competition this afternoon at Colac. Free kick coming back in the middle here for Leopold. Marcus Thompson will take the free kick for a hold.
Queenscliff by 50 over Model Warren.
Oh, wow. So the skipper called to play on. Goes long towards half forward with a kick. Giddings goes up and takes the mark. Had plenty of space in. Oh no. Well, he's pretty attuned to kicking after the siren.
Yeah, a little bit closer than this. Unless he gets an 80-metre penalty.
Not from umpire Jones.
He won't from umpire Jones. So Connor Giddings being told by umpire Jones, don't run off your mark, because, well, is he behind his mark? Gee whiz. I don't know. Anyway.
Buddha's asked him to kick a barrel.
Yeah, of course he has.
Well, he did play under Malcolm Blightfooter.
Connor Giddings comes in, right foot kick. He did barrel it, sort of. Goes long, not anywhere near the goal line. So it is three-quarter time. Leopold 11-7-73. They lead South Barwon 5-4-34.
We'll take a break from here at McDonald Reserve. It's Leopold in control in the grand final rematch. They look to again continue their hold over South Barwon. They've won 4 straight. They look like extending that to 5 consecutive wins over the boys from South Barwon. We'll be back.
towards Williams, comes back to Benson, he gets it to Harry McMahon, he wants to get in on the action, gives it to Wales beautifully, Wales with a left foot kick, and he kicks the goal! Great play, Elijah Wales, great skill, he's first of the afternoon. Towards Williams, comes back to Benson, he gets it to Harry McMahon, he wants to get in on the action, gives it to Wales beautifully, Wales with a left foot kick, and he kicks the goal! Great play, Elijah Wales, great skill, he's first of the afternoon.
Boundary side for A&B Australia Quality Shelving. She'll catch up with Mark Neal shortly. Let's go around the grounds for Leopold Sporties. Firstly, AFL, and it's been a big win, or big win coming for Brisbane Lions. They lead by 80. Jeez. Two things. The win gets them into the 8, but it's the percentage that is really handy. 138 to 58. In the VFL, around 13 today, it's Williamstown and Werribee, and it's tight. 10 points the margin, approaching three-quarter time. Williamstown 8-7, 55 to 6-9, 45, and VFL Geelong season's going to end with another loss, 10-3, 63. The Bombers 1-2-8 the Cats. Birchie, you're down boundary side, A&B Australia Quality Shelving. Just keeping an eye out for Mark Neal. I think getting a couple of words from Neal as he makes his way from the ground. Down to you.
Well, Neildy, there was a little bit of a momentum shift in a patch of that quarter there, which you were really pleased about, and you said it came down to just outnumbering of the contest.
Yeah, I think we were pretty pleased with the middle part of that quarter, Birchie, in terms of the boys' work rate, and made some Leopold players defend instead of belting the blokes when they get rid of the ball.
So, and in saying that point, I listened to you then. You've got some young players out there today. It is a good experience for them, isn't it? It's a very physical game. I've noticed that from the outset, sitting down here boundary side, and, it's all about learning. And you said there's 30 minutes to go, but it's about the bigger picture and all these learnings that you take away from a game like today.
Oh, absolutely. I'm a big believer in you have to value every contest that you get because it's a chance to improve. And I made the point that everybody, we think that Fraser Fort's a pretty good player, but I still reckon he's got some areas to improve in. So that's for everybody. We gave a few little basic points, and the guys know that people are people, Birchie. They understand there's 5 or 6 of our older blokes missing, and they're taking advantage of that. Everybody gets a second chance.
We'll catch up with you after the game. Good luck for the last.
Mark Neal there, thanks to A&B Australia Quality Shelving, talking with Jane Birch. Thank you, Birchie. Final quarter, thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical, has the best prices in Bluetooth speakers. Check them out. Here's Chase.
Callett gets it down for South Barwon, and the first tap of the final term comes towards Gordon on centre wing. He dropped the footy. Wiedemann's in there for South Barwon. Thompson, Marcus bundles his way through, tries to get the footy out. He can't do so effectively, and it is held up. It's on the centre wing on the outer side. So we're going to have a ruck contest again. Callett, and free kick over the shoulder. I think it's going to be a free kick to Bumstead. It is. He's going to take it and give it away by hand. Now Gordon goes towards half forward with a kick. Driver comes across. He actually punched it, and somebody else must have got a hand on it. But anyway, he got the free kick because it was a sling tackle. So Jack inside defensive 50. Josh Conway's best friend. He's going to take the free kick.
Left back pocket.
That's his claim to fame too. He's Buzz's best mate.
I was going to say, Jack or Buzz's. Kick to the wing. Noffy sets himself, flies and marks. Yeah, his name written all over that TW Sharon. When the ball hung in the air, Tev Noffy, he's got this unbelievable ability to judge the flight of the footy. Gives a handball off to Burgess. Burgess sends a high ball inside 50, pits his target. Huggins came up, good mark. Williamson back of the pack, turns, snaps, and puts this one to bed. If there was any doubt about the result, Leopold, with a goal through Brock Williamson, his first of the afternoon, ensures that the 4 points are heading over the break, down Fellmongers Road, down Townsend Road and the Ballerine Highway, back to Memorial Park. 12-7-79 Leopold, South Barwon 5-4-35. The margin 45 on the Harvey Norman Electrical final quarter scoreboard. Harvey Norman Electrical has the best prices in Bluetooth speakers.
Whoops, only been going a minute and a half, but it's about 10 possessions to 1. They just can't get their hands on the ball, South Barwon, and we spoke about it before. If the game starts to open up, this could be a really ugly score for South Barwon.
Bumstead goes up early, but Callett gets it down. Roved in the middle. Leopold get it out again. They go long inside 50, and in front of Goff is Connor Giddings. They've had a great battle all afternoon, but Giddings in front, just way too tall and too strong. And he has kicked 2-1 this afternoon, and this could be 2 in a minute for the Lions.
I'll give you a stat that you'll be interested in, Kirsch. Kirsch higher. South Barwon haven't kicked double-figure goals in a game against Leopold since 2017.
Wow.
And their last 4 games have been kept to 6, 4, 6 and 8. And even when they won in 2021, they only kicked 9.
Wow.
Okay.
And before that, it was 8 and 3.
That is really an interesting stat, which I like.
Connor getting straight through the middle. Great kick by him, his third of the afternoon. And Tom said it was in bed. Well, now it's tucked up and it's got the lamp has been taken off, and they're really going to sleep now.
Got his little wee willy winky hat on, I reckon, now, Jace.
You're reading too many bedtime stories, you are.
Can't wait for tonight's bedtime.
13-7, it'll be a very short one. 13-7-85 Leopold, South Barwon. 5-4-34 Harvey Norman Electrical, K-Rock. Final quarter scoreboard.
Around the grounds for Leopold Sporties. Check those scores. We didn't get a chance to a three-quarter time. Bell Park 85, Lara 23, Colac 140, St Albans 31, Grovedale 61, Newtown and Chewell 52, St Mary's 120, lead North Shore 15, tomorrow Geelong Western St Joey's back in the middle. Finally a clearance out for South Barwon as Kelly drives a ball to the left forward pocket. The bounce eludes its target and Mawson, picked up by Jennings. His handball missed its target. Madigan went looking for Mawson, lost it in the tackle, dumped by Noffy. They've really assaulted them on occasions physically as the kick goes forward for South. Back with a flight, Caldo, that's a good mark. Pepper met him front on, but Caldo, that's a really strong grab actually in the end. And he'll go back and have a shot on what will be his third of the afternoon and should kick it from there, the skipper of the Swans. But they, for some reason, have just struggled to kick goals in recent contests with Leopold. 6-8-44 in the grand final. Round 11 last year, 4-13. This for 6-4. So accuracy better. They've been inaccurate in those games. They generated enough, just probably hasn't finished their work today. Limited in their shots in front of goal. Caldu, 25 out. Directly in front, no problems for him. He's got 3. Takes his tally for the season to 23. They move to 6-4-40 on the final quarter. K-Rock, Harvey Norman Electrical scoreboard. Leopold 13-7-85. Harvey Norman Electrical has the best prices in Bluetooth speakers. Ballerine and GeelongFNL, please, Jace, for Leopold Sporties.
Yes, so the Ballerine this afternoon. Anglesea 61, Lee Drysdale 49. Barwon Head 68, Newcombe 32. Torquay 55, Ocean Grove 29. Geelong Abbott 81, Port Arlington 50. Queenscliff 103, Mottawarri 52.
GeelongFNL round 11.
Yes, it's round 11. Bannockburn 50, Trail Geelong West 62. It's tightening there. Corio 73, North Geelong 61.
That is tightening.
Thompson 94, Bellpost Hill 47. East Geelong 75, Belmont 42. Werribee 97, Inverleigh 57. And Winch 91, lead Anarchy 31.
That's a big result out there at Anarchy for Winchelsea. They go forward now. South Barwon, the kick of Wiedemann was spoiled away from Caldo. Great pick up by the big man Callett below his knees, but he rolled straight into a Trent Thompson tackle and he's been pinged for holding the footy.
Yeah, he had an option too. Fraser Fort was in front of him, just a nice little handball release, but he tried to take the tackler on.
Just an update, North Geelong 75, lead Corio 73.
Oh, and that keeps North Geelong alive, just sneaking around the outside of the top 5. Short kick, Trent Thompson, wide, Gordon. Trent Thompson's been solid in his first game back in a month. Gordon, right half back, just sets it up to the outer wing, says to the high flyers, come at it. Bumstead is that man going at it, but he couldn't take the mark off the hands of the pack. Tate was clean, gave it to Wagner. Wagner's checked the kick. Jennings has gone forward to the footy. Reached but couldn't take the mark, but he found it at ground level. Dink the kick. He's got 2 all alone. One of them, Richie. Richie to the goal square, and Sam Scott marks on the chest, and he'll dribble it through as Rowan Goff's turning to his teammates saying, where are you all? Why were we 5 on 2 inside forward 50? Second for Sammy Scott. He kicked 3 in the grand final, and he has got 2 in the grand final, I should say. He's got 2 here this afternoon, closing in 100 career goals. That's his 97th. 2 this afternoon, and the margin is back out to 51 points. 14-7-91. Playing 6-4-40 final quarter action thanks to Harvey Norman. Harvey Norman has the best prices in Bluetooth speakers.
Yeah, they just got totally caught out there in South Barwon. They pressed high up the ground and forgot they've got to defend the other way and didn't get back in time, and they just ball watched it a little bit and got caught out.
Bumstead got it down. Kelly, though, rode for South Barwon, goes towards half forward. Good mark in front. Cunningham plays on. Kick around the corner. Pretty loose. Pepper got back there. Johnny Broughton not happy with the delivery. And Leopold touchy, comes to the middle, turned it over. Driver in front of Bumstead on centre wing, takes the mark. He goes, he thought about short to Fort. He's thinking short to Fort. Kick it to Fraser. He does. He's still inside the centre square. He plays on now. He drills it towards Mawson, who goes up. That's a good mark. That's a very good mark. Hamlin hanger contender from Max Mawson. He had Tev Noffy bearing down on him behind the pack, and he took it at its highest point. That was a good mark.
Yeah, they just need a little bit more of that, don't they? Just need that other marking target, because Caldo's really the only one they can go to, with Fraser Ford having to play up the ground and get involved a little bit more as a conduit. But they needed just that extra marking target down there, and maybe Mawson can slot a couple in the last.
Leopold Sporty's player of the day the last time we saw the Swans. He comes in, 30 out, 45-degree angle. That's a good kick.
That's a nice kick.
That is a very nice kick from Max Mawson. So he puts his first on the board this afternoon. And the 7th for South Barwon, 7-4-46. They trail Leopold, 14-7-91. Harvey Norman Electrical, K-Rock final quarter scoreboard. Harvey Norman Electrical has the best prices in Bluetooth speakers.
Interesting. I think the scoreboard attendant, while that ball was in the air, it went to 46. He
knew straight away.
Is it Arthur in there?
I don't know whether Arthur's up there for the seniors. I think he was just there for the twos.
Was he?
Yeah, I think so.
Bannockburn within 4 points of Geelong West.
Oh, it's all happening in the Geelong District Football League, Jason.
Yes,
Tight
very
on here.
close.
Bumstead went early and won the tap down. Ball sits on its point, so Callaghan gets another go at it, but he tapped it straight to Wagner. Wagner handball to Porter. Porter swept it wide to the wing. Gordon on the outer side. Drives it into the pocket. Clarkie's target could spoil Huggins from behind. Front of the pack, Peters cleaned up nicely, but his handball was ineffective. Went straight to Marcus Thompson, who ran himself into trouble. Out with a handball. Gave it to Billy Ritchie. Ritchie was taken in the tackle. Kick around the corner. Well judged by Callie O'Neill. Takes the mark for South Barwon. Wants to dink a little kick over the top. Goff stretching as marked, but he's still 15 metres from his defensive goal. Right back pocket. Northern end of the ground as darkness starts to descend on McDonald Reserve with the sun going in behind the clouds. He goes short, and Starkey, who you can't miss in that black headband. Right back pocket, he'll go short, flirts with the boundary line, but Huggins stretching and taking the mark. Blair Huggins has suggested by Jace, a bit of a name of a television evangelist in the US.
Oh, yes.
He wants the risky 45-degree kick, and Pitt was awake to it, brought it to ground, handball to Sheehan. He was hoping for a miracle there, was Blair Huggins with that kick, and he didn't get it at the back, socket off the ground, and touched by Goff. Billy Clark thought he had his second of the afternoon, but Goff did really well defensively, and the margin is 46, 14-9-93, plays 7-4-46. Mate, sorry, 14-8-92, plays 7-4-46.
So Peters plays on from fullback for the Swans, goes towards half-back. Oh, bowls Burgess over. He's out, and Cunningham coming the other way. It'll be a boundary throw-in, 50 out from the Leopold goal. Hillman 8, Garner 7 at Colac.
When are we getting the evangelist playing on the Undertaker?
Oh, that's what we need, don't we? We'll see if we can work that out and engineer that in the final term. So a throw-in.
The piano tuner plays in the background.
Stop it. Boundary throw-in. Bumstead gets it down. Thompson can't take it. Handball by Wiedemann to nobody in particular. Burgess has had a good comeback. Pitcher with the outside of the right foot. Inside 50. Coming at it. Oh, Driver. Just kept his eye on it. Took the mark. Good play. Billy Ritchie's trying to claim the mark, I think. I don't think so. Jack had his name written on it. Driver. Shaw to Middleton. Copped a nice little one from the Undertaker as well.
Holy massage.
Yeah, he goes with the ball with outer side. Kick. Terrible off the boot. Morfitt. Rides the bump, does well. Handballs on the outboard. Gordon. And he goes with a high kick inside 50. Pearce in front. Can't take the mark. Coming to help Middleton. Handballed it away to Peters. Left foot kick. And very wide, I think. Very wide. That's in the car park. And Leopold to bring the ball back into play.
See, the pendulum's been blown up this afternoon, Kirsch. There's good mark taken by Williamson. Fort provides the late pressure, but
I think the pendulum might need a tune-up.
The pendulum doesn't account for who's in and out either, does it?
I would have thought you might have factored in the absence of White, Mulroney, Sexton and Boris.
It's an important three, isn't it?
And then you're also missing Duray and Sammy James.
Sammy
The
James.
Matheson medalist.
Kick inside 50. Williamson back with the flight. Peters judged that best. Let's see how his kick off the boot is this time. He'll go towards the other side. Oh, that's a shank too. But luckily, Wiedemann was awake to it not being great and was able to recover and get back and mark. He kicks start back, wants Fort. Good spoil from behind. Williamson did well. Good stretch. And knocked it to the front of the pack. Marcus Thompson is waiting for it there. Turns and kicks. Wanted Clark. It was a bullet towards Billy Clark and he burst his hands. A bit like, who was it? Shane Warne dropping the catch of Damien Fleming's hat trick in Adelaide. It was just one of those ones that just went through the hands. Just burst them. Too much on. Boundary throw in right forward pocket in front of the cricket nets.
So throw in. Bumstead gets it down. Driver does the roving. And he's wrapped up straight away. He's not going anywhere.
Bannockburn now lead Geelong West by 3 and North Geelong lead Corio by 14 for Leopold Sports.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
Bumstead gets it down Middleton, tried to do the roving. Williamson, half a handball, throw, said the umpire.
Drysdale and Anglesey are locked away at 62.
Wow. Kicked the last two, Drysdale.
So Burke with the free kick for South Barwon. Short little left foot kick is okay to Peters. Now, the last two from Jake the Snake haven't been crash-eyed. He goes with the right foot kick. That's better. Much better. Mawson presents, plays on, has to be quick and is. Kicks the ball towards half-forward. Goff in front, punched away. Now in dispute, Porter coming through. Kelly left the ball behind. Ritchie's handball to Pitt. His handball to nobody in particular. Mawson holding the ball, so the umpire. Swans to take the free kick.
Mottawarri within 21 of Queenscliff. Kelly inside forward 50. Off the hands of the pack, it's cleaned up. Burns, Middleton, shimmies away from Thompson to get a handball. Wiedemann, Madigan on his right side, which is a left foot, and he goes short. Didn't go 15 according to the umpire, so no mark paid. And at the bottom of that pack is a Swan who he's dealt with. Just trying to pick up who that is, getting to his feet amongst all that pack. It's Lockie Noble, and we'll get a ball up about 45 from the south goal. Bumstead doing the ruck work against Fort at ground level. Madigan cleaned up nicely, fired at Fort a handball, but Porter got it. Oh, he's been good this afternoon. Gave a handball to Thompson. Thompson a handball. Burgess, who's been really, really good, set the tone early. His kick finds Wagner, who marks just back of the wing out of sight.
The piano tuner goes the handball out to Porter. He goes long with the kick inside 50. Really to nobody. Goff comes across. Pitt puts the tackle on him. He dropped the football. Umpire said play on. Giddings, little right foot kick inside 50. Just put it out there and said run on to me. And he couldn't do it, Richie, because Kelly got there first for South Bar and goes short to Jake Peters, who takes the mark in the back pocket.
He'll go to his defensive goal square. Yeah. And Burns is marked all the way from Lake Boga. Not the kick, but Burns.
Big kick.
Goes short, looking for Mawson. Had to, under pressure from Gordon, stand tall, and he did the youngster. Gordon came with real force. And Max Mawson held his own, marking right on defensive 50. He goes short back to Jake Peters, and they've been hemmed in for the moment. Peters wants to open up the outer side, does so with a well-weighted kick to Goff. Marks right on the 50-metre arc at left half back, and then sends a kick to the wing to Fort, and Fort marks on the chest. Fort turns and kicks into the middle of the ground. It's a piercing ball to Driver. Gives a quick release handball to Middleton. Middleton brings it towards our broadcast wing to Shepherd.
So Shepherd now goes towards half forward with the kick. It's okay to Cunningham, who takes the mark. He's got Broughton short. He elects to go further, though. Inside 50, Caldu put a hand up. Wiedemann got wrapped up straight away. The umpire said, "I'll do him." And it will be a ball up, about 35 out from the South Barwon goal.
Lights are on, Jace.
Yes, the lights are on. Bumstead got it down here towards Tate Porter. Broughton steals it from him. Fort comes out, needs to put a tackle on, couldn't get there in time. Cunningham, Burgess put him into the deck. Now close to the boundary line. Thompson, Trent put a tackle on, kick around the corner. Came from Burns, I think, and it's run across the face of goal. I think it's going to be a boundary throw-in, is it?
It is.
It is. And it will be in the left forward pocket for the Swans.
28 and a half minutes played at the Adelaide Oval. The Lions by 85. 152 to 67.
Oh, right.
Boundary throw-in. Porter going the same way as the Cats at the moment. Giddings on the tap down, doing some ruck work in the back half. Wagner did the roving, but he was wrapped up instantaneously. And we'll get a ball up about 25 out from the South Barwon goal. The scoreboard illuminating this ground at the moment. It is getting dark and very dark quickly. It is the shortest Saturday of the year in terms of daylight hours. Quick handball out of the pack. There'll be a free kick too high. We'll go to South Barwon. And it'll belong to Lockie Noble. Or is it Burns? Just trying to get it sider on. It is Dustin Burns. And he'll have a shot from about 30 out left of centre. Chance to kick South Barwon's 8th of the contest. Margin is 46. Is to pull it back to 40, but it's all window dressing as we approach 16 and a half minutes played on the Barwon Foods time clock in this final term. Barwon Foods sells the freshest fish direct to you, Donga Road, North Geelong. Big fifth quarter on the way for the Sandman Mattress Factory. We'll speak with both coaches. Burns kicks the goal. His 4th of the season, game number 6 for him this afternoon. And South Barwon kick their 8th of the contest. 8-4-52. Leopold, 14-8-92. The margin is 40 here at McDonald's Reserve on the final quarter. Harvey Norman Electrical scoreboard. Harvey Norman Electrical, the best prices in Bluetooth speakers and the best in the business, expert-wise. For the Sporting Globe is Matty Kershaw.
At least they're fighting it out, South Barwon, because the game, as we said, could have blown right at it. Still at that 40-point margin. Just before three-quarter time, they could have got it back to the mid-20s, but they haven't put up the white flag yet, South Barwon.
Leopold from the middle. Porter, great roving, goes to the top of the goal square, but Goff gets across there for South Barwon. Short little chip, handball, hand in from Pitt for Leopold. His handball to Morfitt on the right side for a left footer. He skews it back inboard. No mark from the piano tuner. Ball spills free. Shepherd got a push in the back. Umpire had the whistle to mouth. He didn't do anything with it though. Scott over the top of it now for Leopold. Tries to get the ball away. Does. Pitt's in there against Shepherd. Huggins as well. Goff comes across to help. His handball under pressure. Burke clearing kick for the Swans. Back towards centre wing. No mark taken. Oh, well read by the Undertaker. Got it back towards Williamson. Ripped off the football. Umpire says held in and will be a ball up.
Was it held in or did Brock Williamson actually reel it back in?
Bit of both.
Yeah.
Just made sure it wasn't going anywhere.
To the letter of the law, Brock Williamson's just got up a little bit sore. Keep an eye on him, Birchie, for St John of God. We put you first. Callett and Giddings. Giddings won the tap. Was rode by Middleton, jammed on the boot about 8 metres. Pepper, handball release, close quarters, Gordon, and brought to ground by Cunningham.
Fraser Ford just ran straight through Andrew Pepper. Said, get out of my way.
I don't think they're fans of Andrew Pepper, the South Barwon boys.
No.
Tap down Callett. It's going to be a free kick too high in the ruck contest, and it's going to go to Giddings against Callett. Callett's rucked manfully all day, but he's had a couple of opponents, including Giddings. Goes looking for Pitt, flying, can't mark. Good spoil Starkey, back of the pack O'Neill. Jammed it on the boot, will flirt with the wing. One-on-one, Pepper and Noble. Pepper the spoil, fought. Pepper lined him up, but obviously couldn't do anything with him. Rules have changed. Middleton, handball, came straight to Trent Thompson, who then released over the top. Richie in traffic, that's too slow holding the ball. That should have been paid, it was holding the ball. It was a great tackle by Kelly. Noble tries to burst away, jams it on the boot. It's a tumbling punt. Mawson, that was tough to mark. Bit going on behind the footy. Richie and Fort, and now Kelly O'Neill comes in. Bit going on there. I'm not sure exactly what's happened, but there has been a bit taking place. Billy Richie and Kelly O'Neill don't like each other. 55 from goal. Williamson, long ball. Thompson will look to provide a Shepherd and does. Just on the line was able to shift Starkey off the footy and stop him from getting a run at it. And Brock Williamson kicks his first of the afternoon, and don't know what's taken place. I've been trying to call the action, but Jason Kirsch, have you been keeping an eye on what's been going on in back play?
A little bit of push and shove. There was nothing really to it at all.
Nothing to speak of, really.
Fraser Fort and Pepper started it again, and there was just a little bit of push and shove, so nothing to it. But looks like Williamson bounced back from his little bit of soreness just then fairly well and kicked a nice goal on the run.
Margin again, 15-8-98, playing 8-4-52. That scoreboard is standing out like a beacon in these overcast conditions.
And Callett with a bit of candy, handballed it over his head. Cunningham for South Barwon, his handball too strong for Middleton. Feely comes off the wing, Middleton through the middle, followed it up, got the handball free. They go along with the kick. Hughes inside 50. Good mark, is it? Well, it's a hold, I think, anyway, against K-Rock's zone. And Johnny Broughton's going to take the free kick. So the mark had been taken by Caldu anyway. But the free kick came first. Johnny Broughton will shoot for goal from 25 out, 45-degree angle.
Newtown have just hit the front up in Burdu Reserve.
Oh.
So Jonty, who hasn't troubled scorers yet this afternoon, will try and put South Barwon's 9th on the board. He comes in and he has done that. So Johnny Broughton's first for South Barwon. They go to 9-4-58. They trail Leopold 15-8-98. Harvey Norman Electrical K-Rock final quarter scoreboard in the experts chair. Thanks to the Sporting Globe. Eat, drink, sport. Ryrie Street, Geelong. Here's Kirsch.
K-Rock's own had to hold then because he was 2-on-1. I'm not sure where his teammate was to come over and give him a chop out, but he had to try and get to Caldo to defend, but in doing so, he held Broughton and just gave away the free kick. It is all elementary at the moment because that scoreboard is... what is it, 40 points. It's a bit of a blowout.
Into the air we go again. Bumstead Mawson doing some ruck work. Gee, climbed high too. I talked about earlier Callett rucking manfully. Wagner got a push in the back. He'll win a free kick. He'll give a handball off. Thompson cruising around the back of him. He sends a kick out wide. Morfitt, that's a good kick. And Morfitt can swing onto his left boot to open up play here for the Polders. He's got it just forward of the wing outer side. Lights have actually started to take effect here. Long ball inside forward, 50 driver. That's a good mark for South Barwon. He judges the flight of the ball so beautifully. Does Jack Driver, and he takes the mark. Number 1 for marks in the GFNL coming in today, 81 for the season. He goes short to the back of his top of his defensive goal square to Peters. He wanted the corridor and he's kicked it straight to Logan Wagner. Wagner turns, kicks, and Brock Williamson standing all alone 30 metres out, just right of centre, can go back and have a shot on his second and make the margin, not for the first time in this final term, 46 points.
Yeah, it really sums up their day of turnovers by foot, but that is the place, probably the worst place on the ground you want to turn the ball over.
Very good afternoon to a youngster called Alfie, listening to the call through KROCfootball.live. Hope Alfie is enjoying the call.
Good on you, Alfie.
He's a distant relative of Arthur.
I think he might be, actually, yeah.
On the same family tree.
Yep, which is unfortunate for Alfie, really.
Shot,
Garner 8, Hillman 8.
shot at goal coming.
I said 10.
Williamson has kicked the goal. It was a nice finish from the Port Arlington product. He's averaging a goal a game this year, 10 games, 10 goals. And the margin, again, 46 points. Holders have topped the ton, 16-8, 104. South Barwon, 9-4, 58. Final quarter, thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical. Harvey Norman Electrical has the best prices in Bluetooth speakers. Looks like Anglesy's going to take care of Drysdale. Margin is 13 points. We don't have times on these games, but actually make it 15 points down at Alameda Reserve. And it's 15 points Queenscliff and Model Warriors. So the Warriors have come with a rush, but the Cooters, they're a chance to take a scalp in the midpoint of the season. Final quarter here, though, and it's 46 points the margin.
Back in the middle, and they go, South Barwon go forward. Looking for Ford, he's got a couple on him. Needs some support. He comes back to Fraser. He's on hands and knees, just threw the handball out. Porter for Leopold. He comes across some help with Sam Scott. The umpire will come in and ball up. About 50 out from the South Barwon goal. 2 minutes 55 to go here. Mercy rule, please. It's dark as. It's very dark. And we're going to have a ball up. Giddings goes up by himself and gets it down. Oh, Feely can't take it with him, but Richie can. Handballs it to Marcus Thompson. He just goes with a barrel towards half forward, open half forward flank position. Falls to the Undertaker. Handball's okay. Williamson gets back on the right foot. Spears the pass in. Look at that. We had a great view of it. He got it straight onto Oscar Morford's chest. Did not have to break stride. 45 out from goal. And he will line up for his second.
That's what makes him a very good team, Jason, because he just lowered his eyes. It doesn't matter. It's just a Leopold player. The easiest option right in front of him. It's selfless football, and that's why they've kicked, well, nearly 17 goals for the game, and they're going to win easily.
So Oscar Morford, 45 out, slide angle, is to put his second on the board. Comes in. Kick for distance is all right. Accuracy is missed. And through for one behind. 1-1. His personal tally this afternoon. 16-9, 105 Leopold. South Barwon 9-4, 58. Harvey Norman Electrical K-Rock final quarter scoreboard.
Patrick Dangerfield's been offered a week for that tackle on Sam Walsh by the AFL match review officer. Short kick in by Starkey, marked by Peters. That's just been released. Chance here for Peters to centre the footy. Finds Driver, who marks 40 from his defensive goal, and he's turned it over straight into the waiting arms of Feely, and there are Leopold players queuing up below. Feely was too slow. O'Neill gobbled him up like Pac-Man from behind and wins a free kick at left half back inside the final 90 seconds here. Short kick back edge of the centre square. Middleton called to play on, had just loop a handball over the top for Starkey. It sat on its point and rolled away from Starkey. Cunningham one way for South Barwon, Thompson the other for Leopold, buried the head. Well, that to the letter of the law, I don't think is high, because as he goes down and buries his head, it's him attracting the contact. Anyway, lateral kick, Marcus Thompson. Tate sees something he likes in the pocket. Williamson went through his hands. It was like that Shane Warne catch again, just burst through. Clearing kick rolls away from Burke towards the boundary line and out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Under the light tower in the northeastern pocket here at McDonald Reserve. So it's been deemed careless conduct, medium impact and high contact. I'm putting money on Geelong and taking that to the tribunal.
Yeah, they certainly are. Don't you worry about that. Boundary throw in here, 50 around from the Leopold goal. Nobody really takes it out of the ruck. Middleton does for South Barwon now. Gives it away. O'Neill. Right foot kick to centre. Wing. Great mark. Hamlin hanger over the back. Jennings was led to the ball by Caldo and just went up. Beautiful timing from Harris Jennings. And he's taken the mark on centre wing. Goes towards half forward. Oh, gee whiz, Connor Giddings tried to do the same thing. Now the ball spills free, and there's a siren as Wagner goes into the pocket, but it's all over here. Leopold 16-9-105. They've defeated South Barwon 9-4-58.
The Polders' hold on the Swans continues. 5 consecutive wins now for Leopold over South Barwon. Gary Hocking yet to lose against the Swans. 2 wins in 2022, 2 in 2023. And in the lone home and away meeting of 2024, they get it done by 47 points. 16-9-105 to 9-4-58. The margin, not too dissimilar to what we saw on Grand Final Day. The scores, not too dissimilar. It was 13-16 to 6-8 on Grand Final Day. And once again, South Barwon can't break the 10-goal barrier in a matchup with the Lions. They just can't seem to find a way to score against this very, very stingy Leopold defence. We're in the 5th quarter. Thanks to our good friends at the Sandman Mattress Factory. Sleep better with the Sandman's locally made 2-sided mattresses. They are made to outlast any other. Jane Birchie's down boundary, so we'll get to Birchie shortly. All our players' post-match interviews. Thanks to Rex Garrell Ford.